god, oh my god. Children, please, please. I installed a program that I've never used before, so I haven't set any of it up. This was a mistake. Oh no. Oh no. How do I... Oh my god. Oh no. Okay, hold on, I gotta open Twitch. I gotta open the chat commands. What is this even? I lose track of this every time. Where is this? Where are the redeems? Where's the redeem setting? Oh my god. Okay, wait, hold on, I'm turning them off. They're turned off. Don't do them. Oh, I found them. Okay.
Mew.
I'm increasing the price, don't redeem them! Okay, well that's gonna be useful for later. Let me actually make those like a cost.
POV, you just want to grill yourself a nice steak. Snuff excited.
I have that all set up now, for... No, not this. No, not that. No. Fuck, I lost it! Which... Here you go. Okay, so that's ready. So, yeah, don't look at my edging webcam, guys. Stop that you can see my secret. I got the boys set up. I had to kind of remember what I used for my coding and stuff, because for some reason Gray Stripe was like as big as the fucking screen. But yeah, so I thought it would be a cute idea, because in the books usually it says like no Firestar mute or something, so now chat can do like a mew sound effect. I'll probably make it really quiet though. Weird cats when I boil an egg factory. Yeah, but before we do any of the book reading, we're probably gonna do some chilling and hanging out. I'm kind of nervous because we haven't read in a minute, and I'm just nervous. I kind of forgot everybody's voices. I should have like rewatched the first book reading so I could kind of remember everybody's voices. Maybe I'll like go on a break before we start that, and I'll kind of like refresh myself. But yeah, so that'll be later and whatnot though. Hello? Hello? Yeah, a little vocal stretch, of course. Actually, I need to make my microphone closer to me. 1 sec.
Now that it's the first day of August, I can proudly say it's a good day to eat good old-fashioned General Tso chicken and rice from the food court. Yum.
Wait, what does that have to do with August? Wait, what does eating General Tso's from the food court have to do with August? Oh, let me pull up the Twitch events and stuff. You know, in the streamer world, I don't know if you guys keep up with news of streamy stuff at all. I know people were kind of talking about this back in the day, but I just logged in and it told me that Stream Elements got bought out by Razer. So I guess that's how that story ended. Yeah. I guess that's good, right? Is Razor bad? I don't think they're bad. They like VTubers, so I think they're probably fine. You guys keep giving me the heart. You're making me into such a blushy mess. Bad manufacturer buys bad platform. Ooh, ooh. I kind of see Razer as like a, I don't know. I don't really know if I have like a strong opinion of them.
Hello,
like negative or good. I don't really know. I've gotten mostly of their gag items, which are pretty funny. So like the gamer straw. Like gamer straw? And I think maybe one time I bought like a Hello Kitty headset from them or something. I think it's like affordable, I guess. Yeah, so like you can't really be mad. I think it's mostly just like affordable fun. Thumbs up. Happy Saturday though! Some Dumbass, thank you so much for the 42 months. Also Cosmo, thank you so much for the resub for 14 months, and Cherry for 29 months. Thank you guys so much. Happy August. Oh my god, I know why. Hold on, my window's still open. That's why I'm like, why can't I hear so much background noise? Hold on one sec.
Excuse me, Mom, I'm looking for my favorite VTuber Snuffy. She looks kinda like you, actually.
Okay, I'm back. Yeah, I got the child lock on. Hi, everybody. Hi.
Donuts.
Are you guys talking about like a lot of games coming out soon? I know there's that one game called like Long Walk or whatever. The co-op friend slop. Co-op friend slop. Yeah, more friend slop. Did you see the Warhammer movie? It's almost done. Girl, I don't know anything about Warhammer other than it's something you put in your hands. I literally don't know anything. They wear big armor. I'm like a huge blondie bimbo about Warhammer. Oh, you have a Warhammer? That's cool. How big is it? I don't know. I don't know, something about aliens. But that's probably cool for people who like it. What do you mean it's almost done? Like, should I watch a trailer? Big on the gore. Sorry. Snuffy reads Warhammer books? Okay, I actually heard they were pretty good. Maybe I should. Is that like a weird way to get into like Warhammer? Is just reading it? It's like a tabletop game first and foremost, right?
You got a faded glory Walmart hoodie on. You got them Goodwill jeans. You got some fake shoes I ain't never seen before.
Yeah, they are a tabletop game. I feel like I wish I really wish I was into like painting miniatures and stuff, but I'm just not. It's really fun to paint the minis. Maybe I should do like a mini painting stream, but you guys are probably gonna laugh at me and everyone's gonna have to like look over my shoulder and be like, oh, Snuffy, ooh, I wouldn't, oh, ooh, okay, it's too late. Oh, well, you don't, ooh, okay, maybe. What if I drop it in sauce on accident? What if I paint it with different kinds of sauce? I can never do normal anymore. I just sold my Pokemon cards today and I got way more money than I thought I was gonna get. Bodhi, I've been thinking about that too. I never really was one to sell, but I think I never anticipated that Pokemon would become like literal money, like literal currency. So I've been kind of thinking about it. A lot of my friends have been like pushing me, being like, you should really look at how much your cards are worth, because yeah. I feel like now is the perfect time to sell like singles and stuff. 160 cards for $8,000 at the card. how many cards? I don't know. I'm nervous. Like, how do you sell? That's like what I'm nervous about. Like, how do you sell? Like, do I just walk in with a box and I'm like, hi, $8,000, please? Like, I don't know. What do you do? Like, what's the etiquette? How do you know if they'll buy from you? Do they want it all? Do they have to go through them all? How long does that take? Auction them or put them on seller sites? I wish money was holographic. Dude, a lot of money is holographic. Like Canadian dollars. My wife accidentally dipped her boobs in paint while helping paint. It was hilarious. Oh, you guys should have done something romantic. Like, kind of like when you have like a baby and you like put their first like paw print on like a paper. You should have like done that with her boobs. Or like left it as like a hidden, like done a boob print somewhere on the wall that nobody would ever be able to tell other than like you guys. And you'll just always laugh and point and be like, remember, those are your boobs. Hidden Becky. I want to paint. Near, thank you so much for the 21 buttons. Thank you so much. Sexily sucking the paint off her boobs. I was just reading chat. So, okay? I was reading that as I was saying it out loud, okay? I did not read, okay? That was chat. That quotes chat for the listeners? For the listeners? Have you played the new Uma career? No, I haven't. I'm afraid to play Uma again. I feel like maybe playing the new career is probably pretty good to like relearn it because they always work really differently. But yeah. She turned that off. Yeah, I did turn it off. I opened up VTube Studio and I got kind of scared. I forgot. I like looked at myself like, time to clock into work. We're not gonna have that while I read. I mean, maybe if I ever read to you on, dude, that would be kind of cute, I guess. I don't want to talk about that. I think that's a crazy idea. My boy, thank you so much for the 55 months. I live in an apartment. Also, we don't have any paper big enough for boobs. Humble brag that your wife has bigger boobs than any piece of paper in your household. You don't even have like a common notebook? Damn! Well, I hope you just smeared it all over the wall, I guess. I don't know. I hope it wasn't like lead-based paint. Isn't that like dangerous? Isn't that like dangerous? Your boobs are gonna get lead inside of them. No angle. I don't think lead-based paint exists anymore. Oh. Apathy, thank you so much for the 55 months. They used to eat that stuff. Did people used to eat that stuff? I've been really into doing like deep dives on random stuff. I'm in my scholarly era. My scholarly era.
Snuffily, snuffily.
I eat it all the time. Hello, Lunars. You make sweeteners out of lead? Oh, in Subnautica. I thought you meant in real life. I mean, you could probably do that in real life. The boomers love to drink lead and paint and eat lead paint chips. What do you mean? What do you mean they loved to? I'll get the paint thinner. Remember the Radium Girls? I vaguely remember that already. I've been like deep diving, like I don't know if you guys saw it on like Twitter, but I really like to look at the monthly gacha game like earnings that come out. And it got me wondering, because a couple people had joked and said like, oh man, Love in Deep Space had like dropped really bad, like $30 million. And it's now one of the most low earning gacha games. And I was like, everyone was like, wow, they're actually boycotting it. And I was like, wait, I'm kind of out of the loop on things. So I was like, what's going on? I was shocked, okay? I didn't know all the stuff they've been going through right now. So I was like reading this, doing the Ratatouille face of just like what happened with the boys? Let me tell you, okay? Let's start at page 1. Page 1, they released a new boy, okay? They released a new boy into the wild. Now this is an unfair criticism, but many people were immediately upset because a new boy means that if you want to get one of the other men, I don't know how it works, I never played this game, but it makes it harder. You know, if it's a gacha game, it's harder to get the boy that you want because now there's another freaking boy in the boy pool. Okay? The second unfair criticism that people had of this boy character was that they just didn't like him. They didn't like him. Well, they were racist about him, and they said that he was mostly for, like, Western audiences stuff. They thought he was the ugliest motherfucker anybody had ever seen, so they started doing really crazy stuff. Like, I read stories about how, like, they were mailing poop to, like, the devs and, like, funeral wreaths to their house and stuff like that. Like, it's crazy just because they didn't like this character. So it started becoming, like, a harassment case. Okay, but let's talk about that new character, because apparently he is a villain. He was a villain character? Wait. He's like a villain character, and he has like really too much villainy stuff to him, I guess, for some people. Where like one of the things he does was like his backstory is that he used to do like experiments on the other boys. He used to do human experimentations, and apparently it kind of aligns really eerily with like Unit 731, which was like horrible World War II experimentations. they basically say that that's what he did to the other boys, and then I guess there's like a scene where he like breaks into your house and like gets in bed with the main character like without asking or anything like that. He just does all that. So eventually between the hate and kind of the weird tones, there became like Love in Deep Space Civil War. And basically a week after the character came out, Love in Deep Space deleted him. They deleted him! They deleted the boy! And they said they're never gonna put another boy in the game ever again. Period. Then a lot of people were mad because they were like, wait, I like this boy. I like him. And now, due to the ongoing harassment of the developers, obviously, like, just imagine a giant searchlight, just like a stage light. You just hear it go like, boom. Similar to its rival, some say, because of previous drama. What was that other one? Snowbreak Containment Zone. Yeah, so that's happening again now, where Love in Deep Space is now facing scrutiny under the eye of the Chinese government because they realize that this game has a lot of sexual assault tones with this new character, especially. So now they're in some sort of case with the government, and the whole game might just get killed off, and just because they released a werewolf man into the game, all of this happened. Literally, that's like, how does it go so wrong for releasing a random man in your game, and you could be the most successful game ever? Like, I just can't imagine. Generational fumble. Yeah, I don't even know. I kind of wish I tried it before it died. I feel like I really missed out or something. Yeah, anyway, so that's what I was kind of like investigating today. I was quite shocked. This all apparently happened within like 10 days of itself, by the way. Like literally last month. You should have seen the shrines at him for Anime at Anime Expo. Oh my Volko or what? Volgo? I don't even remember what his name was. Fuck. That's so crazy. Velcro. No. The boys. Voldo from Soul Calibur. It apparently gives off gay vibes. What? Being too masculine is gay. I think that's kind of... You say that could be like for Chinese fans, but I honestly think the same could be said about like westernizations, is that being too masculine else is also pretty gay in America. I think that's like the entire definition of what gotchi was just like two masculine men being bros to the extremes. Yeah, the more you push your diaphragm and call your bro your bro from deep down into your soul. That's what it is. When you push your diaphragm down, you're like closer to your heart. You speak closer to your heart. Being a dude makes you gay. Anyway, and then I got really into planes today. I don't like them as much as trains, but I like them a good amount. I'm really afraid of them, so I don't really want to get in them, but I really like planes. Did the short hair trigger? Yeah, I really love to plane watch. I don't really see a lot where I am, but anytime I hear them, I always want to look at which plane it is. And I like to monitor some of them a lot and keep up with the news. Is there a specific plane you're interested in? Okay, well, not to nerd you guys out, not to not to continuously nerd out about stuff. But I know, like, from what I was reading, this week was a really cool thing in Plane World was they did a test flight on the largest commercial flight probably to ever exist. They called it Project Sunrise, and I think it flew like over 2 oceans. And previously before that, they did one of the longest test flights also to prepare for it. So that's pretty cool, I guess. Do you like that sort of thing? Yeah, I like the name. Yeah, Project Sunrise, that's really cool. An F-35B crashed today in San Diego. The pilot safely ejected. Was that today? Man, I thought I saw something like that the other day. I think a lot of jets be like crashing, man. I don't really like to hear that news because I feel like, I don't want to say it's common, but it's obviously when a lot of people have planes in the air, it's unfortunate. So when you kind of have like a global interest in like live flights, a lot of people like watch them, if you've ever seen things like flight radar and stuff. So unfortunately, you might come across like the squawking issues and things like that where they need to, there's usually an emergency and they have to divert somewhere or something. Fighter planes are probably taking more risks than passenger liners. I was reading about how I really want to hear a plane go into like supersonic. I don't know if I've ever gotten to hear a plane go through supersonic. But I was reading about this plane that went supersonic like this week. And it was literally like, oh my god. It was like 200 knots over what would already break the sound barrier. Which was pretty crazy. I really want to, I think that would be so cool.
3, 2, 1.
Bro is a little nipple biting with the grip. What did you say? I want to shave him until he's just like a skin, like, just like a only skin animal. What do they call that? Hairless, I guess? Like the hamster from Kim Possible. And then I want to like cover him in like hand sanitizer. Apparently planes breaking the sound barrier in residential areas can break windows. Yeah, I think when somebody talked about it, they were at like a base or whatever, which makes sense, like in the desert. I forget the name of the base, but... Have you heard of the X-59? No, I'm not gonna pretend like I'm a huge plane knower. I'm actually really bad at keeping track of what names each models are because numbers are hard. Numbers are hard, but I do love to get into it. You know what I mean? But I'm not. I'm still. I'll call myself a junior plane enthusiast. I'm really upset because speaking of all the cons that happened like recently in the last week or two, there was a. Fuck, I don't remember what it was called, but it was like in Wisconsin they have like one of the biggest aviation gatherings. If anybody's ever been to that, that seems really cool. The Wonderbolt! Yeah, it's in Oshkosh! Oshkosh. AirCon. No, that does exist though, because I remember when I googled AvCon to like look up the dates for it when I was guesting there in Australia. Every time I googled AvCon, it was like, welcome to Aviation Con! And I was like, no, that's not the same. I live south of Oshkosh, the EAA convention. Yeah, I was wondering I forgot what the abbreviation was. Oh man, that must be awesome then. You must see them all fly in. I love to watch planes. I'm literally the target audience for that commercial that's like planes, trains, something in games. What was that commercial? It was like a TV show or like VHSs you could order. Planes, trains, suck my dick, get those gains. Lots and lots of jets and planes. I need to like find if that's like on archive or something. What's your take on drones? I feel like that's sort of a big like general ask. I don't really care for things like drone shows because I kind of just worry that that's gonna lead into like, I mean, it basically already is ads. But that's kind of what I don't like about them. I don't really know what else to criticize other than it's kind of crazy that we have like little drones flying around. I don't know, I don't really have a strong opinion on them, I guess. They feel so corpa. Yeah, I guess that's kind of why. But I've seen them used in like the police and stuff. That was kind of weird. Zeppelins? Ugh, don't even get me started. I love Zeppelins. I've seen a lot of them actually. Many people don't like their use in warfare. I definitely don't know about drone usage in warfare. I do think it's crazy how much warfare is different these days with that sort of technology. But at the same time, my whole opinion on technology in like a really crazy way is probably sort of the similarities of like Icarus, of just like, how high will we go, I guess? Surely nothing bad will happen. That's basically how I feel. I don't know. Nothing bad ever happened. Snuffy, you successfully bullied me into going to Steamtown and I did not regret it. Oh, I'm so jealous. I really want to go. Hell yes. I put up one of the lots and lots of trains uploads in what I found in the stream chat. Thank you, Kathleen. How long is it? Then go. I know, I gotta make a road trip sometime. Boston makes me feel good. Boston. Also, I think I forgot to thank you guys. Thank you so much, Near Zero for the 21 months, Apathy for the 55 months, and Gnome Time for the 52 months. You should go, they have so many cool trains, even without the 4014. I know. Wait, is Steamtown the one where they still have one of the other big boys? Or was that a different place? Wait, no, wait, I don't know. The 4018, I think it is, or something? Oh, the 4012, okay. There's a big boy in Green Bay, Wisconsin? Oh my god, I just gotta take like a Wisconsin like I don't even know what to call it. Transportation tour or something. A motorized transportation tour. Cheesecation. Yeah, that's an added bonus, is going to the capital of Culver's. The pilgrimage. Pilgrimage. I gotta stop by like Detroit too. I think they probably still have some cool car stuff. Yeah, Wisconsin alcohol. I don't know any brands of Wisconsin alcohol off the top of my head. I feel like I know one. Don't really remember. I keep saying Yingling, but I think that's like Pennsylvanian or whatever. I still really want to get into like vlogs, but in a different way than how I want to do like the Italy video. Because I feel like not everything is like a deep dive. Sometimes I'd like things to be sort of like a come with me on a quick little tour or something. Or like I went here personally and I did all this stuff, and make it kind of short and sweet like that. I don't know, nothing inventative. I really want to make the Italy video is going to be kind of like, I don't know, I won't call it inventative, but I do want it to be very unique. Hi, home, thanks so much for the 2 months. You gotta go places to do vlogs. That's the I'm gonna make my first vlog. I'm just gonna go outside and be like, hey, this is my first vlog, and today I went outside. Here's the grass, and yeah. Yeah. Let me know. I wanted to show you guys some of these Instagram videos that I like, but I didn't collect a lot of them. I feel like I took a turn where most of the ones that I was getting now are just like fetish content, so I didn't want it to just be that again. They might geolocate you from the grass. I don't think a single house where I am has like the same kind of grass. That's just something I'm also weirdly interested in, is studying people's grass, but that's actually like it. That's my brain is so smooth. I'm literally just like riding my bike and I just look at your yard like, I wonder what kind of grass that is. What do you mean Northern Lion? Does he know a lot about grass? Are you a professional grass enthusiast? I wish I could say I'm a professional at anything, but I'm just a wannabe. How are your caterpillars doing? The one that hasn't been doing good is still alive, I think. He like doesn't move a lot, but he still moves every so often. I'm gonna try and get them fresh walnut like leaves or whatever again soon. I have to go find something like that. And then I think the other ones haven't even done anything. I think they're still in the ground. I think they're cooked. They're cooking! I don't know. I guess because I'm as like a parent, I'm stressed where I'm just like, are you okay? Do you need food? Are you just gonna sit there for months? Are you just gonna sit in the ground for months like a corpse? I don't know. I'm nervous. Yeah, I think they just seriously started pupating. So now I'm just nervous. I want to be a good host to the pupation. They're not molting. They're adults, so they already molted at one point. I mean, they're adult larvae, basically, so their next stop is moltation. Or not moltation, pupation. Pupation! I want to do, what's that one song where it's like, suffocation, no breathing. Pupation, no... Fuck. Help me out. Last Resort by Papa Roach, yeah. Can we make a caterpillar song about it? Pupation, no eating. 3 months underground is my... Fuck. If somebody could make a song called Take Me to Snurch or whatever, Snail Church, I'm gonna make Last Resort for Caterpillars. Papa Caterpillar, yeah, no longer Papa Roach. I I keep calling them my pillars, and then I think every time that I call them my pillars, it's just like... I'm just like, oh, have a good night, my pillars, and then it's just like... Yeah. Papa Pupa? Shardly, thank you so much for the 29 months. Puff manly moths. They're pretty big. I hope they're big. I think I've seen them before when they were moths. I've seen them before. One of them got trapped in my house. I got really scared because it was really big and I have not really seen big moths before.
Snuffy, happy anniversary, Trash Queen.
What do you mean happy anniversary to us? Cheers. Thank you, Shardly. Have you been to the Smithsonian Air and Space Museum? No, I really want to go to one of the Smithsonians. Wait, maybe I have. I don't really remember. I might have been like a baby or something. So it's probably a lot different if I ever did go. Yeah, I would love to go again though. Wait, I wanted to see how long the lots and lots of trains video was, or... Volume 3, Roaring Down the Trails. Oh, there's different volumes. I think Ohio has an aviation museum. I think I heard my dad talk about it one time because that's like a dad thing. Are we as your community becoming the pillars? No, I have caterpillars. I have them in my house. They're my new project. I'm trying to grow them into beautiful mouths. Papa Snuffy, thank you for giving us Snuffy. Oh, he's doing good. I was just talking to him today. He's gonna go on vacation soon, so I hope him and Mama Snuff have a beautiful vacation together. Yeah. He's been dicking off with the boys. Yeah. That's about how he spends all his days, is dicking off with the boys. Take it off. Oh my god. Okay, wait, I want to show you guys that video that I keep talking about. Hold on. I've never like streamed Instagram before, so kind of forgive me if it is weird or something. I kind of don't like it because rather than when I used to stream TikTok videos, it's a lot harder to like hide the chat or the comments. I don't really care about the comments. Most of them are just like full-size GIFs or whatever. Like, okay. Super epic. Do not open Instagram comments on stream. No comment section is ever wild anymore. It's all just probably bots or whatever. It's all just bots and stuff now, so they all just say something like, wow, that is so awesome. Yeah, I can crop it out, but it's just kind of weird. Instagram Reels has GIFs that are interesting. I've never seen that. You are lying to me. I've never seen that, and you're lying! I think you're lying to me. Okay, wait. Oh my god, I liked this one for you guys. Okay, you guys, I don't understand anything. I saw this video and I was like, you know who would like this video? My fucking chat, okay? Hold on, wait. Literally, this is one for you guys. This is for the knowers. I hope you guys appreciate this. Okay, wait. I want my hair to be piggy tails. Okay. See, do you see how it's like that? Like, eh. Okay. Let me like crop this. This reminded me of that video that's like those two guys over like arguing about like the Wizard of Oz, and they're just like oh, you know what? Because she was the wicked Witch fuck the wicked witch of the East, bro. It reminded me of that. I wanna wait, actually I feel like it's better to just put it in this one because my frame is just so flipping big. Hold on. God damn it, I have to recrop it though. Flippin' frickety frick. You guys will now be the chat. Holy shit, why did it do that? I didn't know I could do it. It's so fucking big now. That's not intentional. It's going wrong. Cropping. There we go. I don't know why I did that. I don't know how to use my program. Okay, here we go. Okay, guys. Here you guys go. I hope you understand this video. I do not understand this video. Let me make sure the sound's not too bad.
He dies.
Yo, he's full of shit. He's full of shit. But anyway, so you're attacking me.
You're playing Skullbriar. You're gonna tell me I'm full of shit.
I'm gonna tap.
You're gonna tell me
Green and black. I'm gonna play Gift of the Viper.
What's that do?
Put a 1/1 counter, a reach counter.
Oh, I don't care. Mandrake.
Oh, word? With the black floating, and another one, Imps Mischief.
Where's the other one?
Imps Mischief.
the other one?
I tapped the
Where's the other
Golgari
one?
Rat Farm, baby.
That was the two to play.
No,
back.
that
The
costs
Golgari
one,
Rat Farm?
That costs one, baby.
No.
That costs one.
Yo, did anybody cut this guy's deck?
Fuck out of here.
He didn't cut his deck. That's
Nah,
right. It
fuck
doesn't
that.
count.
Nah,
No, go back
no,
to your
fuck that.
shuffle. Go back to your shuffle.
Yo, sweetheart. Yo, sweetheart. Sweet potato.
What?
Swamp. Swamp.
Stop. Just pass.
Elvish Spirit Guide. Exiling that. Tapping 1. Skullbriar, turn 1. Turn 1. The fuck you gotta do about it?
I didn't get any of it. You're playing fucking Skullbriar. Please. Did anybody understand what that meant? I don't know. Did you guys get it? Are you guys funny with it? I don't know. Maybe it's too niche. I just thought it was funny. Skullbriar is such an OG commander card. No, you don't get it? Okay, well, I got a different one. Wait, this is my favorite one. Wait. This is the guy who does the fucking funny ones.
Say, you're on thick ice, pal. You're on really strong ice. Because you're really trustworthy. You're on solid ground. Because I love you.
Fuck, wait, watch, let it redo it. I can't change the timing on it while I'm not logged in or some shit, so.
Let me know.
Okay. Let me know. This is the guy that I got it from. Okay, here's the start of the video.
You're on thin ice, pal. What the hell did that even mean? And what if I trust somebody? If I say, you're on thick ice, pal. You're on really strong ice. Because you're really trustworthy. You're on solid ground. Because I love you. You're on Earth. Because I believe you. Let me know.
Let me know. You're on solid ground. Because I love you. You're on thick ice, pal. I just thought that's really cute. Yeah, I like the way he says it too. Let me know. Actually, wait. Let me see his other videos. Oh, I have to be logged in to click them. Fucking whatever. Okay, this next one might be a little out of pocket. You on bread walk. Let me know. Yeah, he was the one who did the thing I told you guys about the golf, like, a buddy?
Crap, is that the last one? The last Pringles?
From what I saw, yeah.
You took the last Pringles? I literally told everyone that I wanted the Pringles all day.
Jerry, thank you so much for the 43 months.
No, yes, I did.
You didn't tell me. There's no name on it, and I don't see it.
Can I please have the Pringles back, please? Can I please have the last Pringles?
You're doing the thing.
Just give me the last Pringles back.
No.
Yeah.
See, like, anything,
Give
really.
me the last Pringles.
You do this over Pringles.
Oh my gosh.
So,
Oh my gosh.
okay.
Last Pringles. Do you feel it?
I'm
Yeah.
I just love that that's what that is. Just like using your omega pheromones just counts as like you just start panting in front of people, just like. Sounds like he was trying to fucking pokey evolve, bro. Wait, unfortunately, this is the only other one I have. Which one was this? Bro, what? That guy, oh my god, wait, this guy's also one of my favorite guys. That guy makes a bunch of videos where it's literally nothing but like, him doing like Omegaverse stuff to his coworkers. It's funny. Fractal, thank you so much for gifting us sub to GOG. Greatest of all grime. Do you do that to people, to Aura Farm? I would love to. I would love to try. Okay, this is my other favorite guy on Instagram.
Dude, would you be mad at me?
Wait, fuck, you missed it. You missed it. Wait, hold on, I gotta restart it.
Like, why you would do that in the first...
Wait! You should try it on the girls. They're gonna be so alarmed if I start panning on the mic. You can't do that as a VTuber. It's already sus to do that. You love those videos? I love this guy's videos. He's so fucking funny. Okay, hold on.
Dude, would you be mad at me?
I don't even know, like, why you would do that in the first place.
Is it illegal?
I don't know, but I don't know why someone would do that in the first place.
I don't know either. That'd be weird. That'd be a weird thing to do.
It would be.
Every single one of his videos is just that. Like, literally, it's just all that. Oh, wait, I gotta figure out how to, like, open his profile right now. Okay, wait, I figured out how to open their profile without having an account. Fuck. Hold on. No! See more posts, I have to log in. No. I have to collect more. You should just make an account. I need to just make like a Snuffy watching account. Hold on, wait. No. Official Snuffy Instagram. Fuck, I wanted to do that today. I was literally stunned with like work today. I was like, oh my god. I was so nervous to do Warrior Cat reading that I kind of just like wandered around back and forth in my house all day. But I will make the Instagram account and then I will try and like a bunch of videos that we can like watch and stuff. I wonder if that guy's on YouTube. Wait. No, he's not. YouTube is dead. Dude, more people be telling me that they find me through my YouTube shorts and stuff. That happened to me too at like Offkai. I think a couple people were like, "Oh, I found you through shorts and stuff," and I'm just like, I don't know. I guess I'm kind of surprised. I gotta make more shorts. Okay. Okay. I don't know how to explain this because I'm really nervous. I have a channel or whatever, like a server on Discord where I just link myself like videos to watch on stream for later. And the first video that I don't think I've ever put on stream before, I don't even remember this. So let me show you guys, wait.
And how we can overcome what's probably the biggest problem
did I even watch
meditation.
this?
You know, how to overcome.
It just says how easy it is to stop thinking.
And sometimes people keep telling me, oh, I can't meditate. I'm always thinking about something, thinking about anything, but I'm always thinking and I can't stop thinking. And that becomes one of the biggest obstacles to being a meditator. They cannot stop thinking. But the truth of the matter is, it's very easy to stop thinking. And a lot of people do it quite naturally. Very often they stop thinking. And there is a classic example,
why do I link this? I don't even think I watched this.
which I love doing on every retreat to show you how easy it is to stop thinking. And what it feels like when you stop thinking.
I've seen this bleeped out to be hilarious.
Yes, it is possible. I can do it. And for many people, that is an amazing to realize, yes, they can stop thinking. It is possible, and they've actually experienced it. And
link it in the
little
Discord if you have seen it.
Demonstration is to ask you that when I am speaking, to also be aware of the reaction to my words inside your mind. So don't just listen to what I'm saying, also to listen to just what it does to you inside your mind.
Why did I link this to you guys? Why did I think this was good to watch on stream?
As I am speaking, you will begin to notice something strange. That between my words, there are long gaps. In those spaces between my words, what was happening in your mind? You were silent. You were aware, but not a thought was going on in your mind.
Wait, that was true. I wasn't even thinking.
This is what it feels like. Being aware, hearing the sounds of the birds.
Wow. He's hungry.
But without a thought going on in your head.
I think you're thinking about how hungry you are.
It? Now just carry on for another 2 hours.
Snuffy, you should talk like that. Okay.
Now you know what silence is.
I will now speak like that. Is that the stream what the wizard does? I should hire this guy too. He has other videos, techniques to silence the mind. Internet porn addiction? Wait, what? Well, that was quite a jump.
Yes, okay, internet porn addiction. I will now give a few examples.
Is he in prison? Where is he? Is he a comedian? I thought he was a monk.
You always get a few funny questions. Internet porn addiction. It's number one. Sort of, now the internet is something you've got to be very,
this was 12 years ago, yeah. What?
So instead of getting
internet porn addiction, how many years was 12 years ago?
Which is much more.
2014?
But you know what? It's even better. Because, you know, when you really get meditation, you see, I haven't mentioned this yet, you get these beautiful nimittas in your mind. the beautiful lights. So actually you can get these nimiters actually on this screen. If you can type in Google in like nimitter, and you get this beautiful nimitter on the screen. And if you're very lucky, you can just get drawn in and get into internet jhana.
Internet jhana?
It's much better than
Girl,
watching
do
porn.
not
'Cause that
touch
just,
my
after a while, you
vagina.
probably get fed up with it. That's one of the trouble with like the sensory desires. You start off with just ordinary stuff, and it gets. You have to get. It's always the law of lesser returns. What really turned you on last week, is ordinary now, so you need something more.
What?
So more intense, just more extreme, more weird, and that's actually the way of the world. If you follow
Is that
path
true?
of sensory
I'm pretty sure I've slicked into the same content I always have. Sometimes, what do you mean every week you have to go crazier and harder? What kind of confession is that? Maybe I've never been that hard of a gooner. I don't know. The goon cycle of samsara? That just seems intense. Self-report. I don't understand. I mean, sometimes the boobs can be bigger. I don't know. It's like a mood-based thing. What do you mean? You have to go crazier every time. I'll encase her in ice.
It gets more and more weird every time, more and more extreme.
No, it doesn't. You don't have to do that.
So it's best actually to realise what you're doing, and realise where it's going, and stop before you get really caught up on it. So the best thing to do is just to realise, is that really getting me anywhere? Is that really where I want to be? And after a while, you just use your wisdom. But please don't use guilt. Because sometimes the guilt is a terrible thing. Oh, I'm hopeless, I'm terrible.
Oh, like the
I'm addicted
gooners.
to porn,
What's the
I'm awful.
astronauts or whatever?
So, I'm so hopeless, I might watch some more
I guess
porn.
they kind of guilt themselves. Relapsed.
And that guilt trip is one of the biggest problems which people have.
Fapstronaut. Yeah,
when you
the
don't feel good about
Fapstronaut.
yourself, you can't have any restraint. You don't think you're worth anything. And that's one of the things I'm always constantly on at people about. Look, it's okay. When you do come to the interviews, you will notice something. People have been coming here for years, have noticed this. You come and say all these terrible things you've been doing. And I always say, very good. It's become a joke in the monastery down the road. So you come and say, I've just been watching internet porn. I say, very good.
What is your
I've
advice?
just killed that neighbour in the room next door is always snoring and banging the doors. And I say, very good. And I do that. And the reason is I do that. You say, I haven't meditated all day. Say, very good. That actually today you had a meal. So tomorrow you're not supposed to eat in the afternoon or in the evening. But tomorrow, you're really hungry. You go and sneak something in there when no one else is looking. Or in the middle of the night, you go and make yourself some noodles or something. And you come up and confess to me. And I promise you, I'll say, very good. You know why I say that? Is because so many people feel guilty. They want to be punished. I've done something terrible. Ajahn Brahm, please punish me. Dania, please throw me out. I don't really deserve to be in this place. I know I'm a hopeless case. And all people really need to...
I was hoping he would give me advice into my porn addiction, but all he did was just praise me for it. Why is he... Where are these... He looks like he's like in a public bathroom. I don't understand. Very good. Thank you. Thank you. Excellent job. Yes. Wow, okay. I don't know. I mean, I don't think punishing people is good, but I think it's also like, where's the constructive criticism at least? How to deal with lust. What, this is like a video with 2,000 views. Should I click on this?
And
It's
obviously,
another
just underage sex or sex outside of your relationship, that probably would be harmful.
What?
So what happens? How can we have some strategies, to actually to stop that harm or limit that harm? And this is where the Buddhist idea of mindfulness comes in, because with mindfulness, when you're aware of what's going on,
somehow I'm on like Buddhism YouTube or something.
you find you do have much more control in your life. And it's just like the carpenter learns more about their tools, so that when they're sawing, when they're playing, they're much more...
I only just sat down to what? I don't know, my algorithm got Buddhist really quickly. I don't know. It's just a bunch of Buddhist monks now. We're monk maxing. The boot hole? We're diving deep into the boot hole? I don't think we can say that. Are we allowed to say that we're going into the boot hole? Warrior Cats 2 looks crazy. We should start the reading soon. I just wanted to see more. I don't know. I've missed watching like funny videos with you guys. Snuffy going to become the first raccoon to escape the cycle of samsara, abandoning all wants. It's true. Maybe that's like, it's so explanative. It's all explanative. I'm just trying to like be more than what I was born to be. Okay, I'm clicking on this video because I just am curious what this says.
创世纪第17章。
I don't know.
亚伯兰年99岁的时候，耶和华向他显现。
Guys, can I go to the bathroom? Will you watch this while I go to the
我是全
bathroom?
能的神，你当在我面前做完全人，我就与你立约，使你的后裔极其繁多。
You've watched this before?
亚伯兰俯伏在地，神又对他说：“我与你立约，你要做多国的父。”
I feel like I need to light a cigarette and like sit outside with my feet up while I like listen to this with like an old timey like headset from like the 2000s that I would put in like my Walkman.
我必使你的后裔极其繁多，国度从你而立，君王从你而出。我要与你，并你世世代代的后裔坚立我的约，做永远的约，是要做你和你后裔的神。
They have multiple roadside songs? I was hoping it would all be at
就是
once.
迦南全地，赐给你和你的后裔。
That's what I'm actually doing right now, bonding over a human limb.
神又对亚伯拉罕说：“你和你的后裔必世世代代遵守我的约。你们所有
Wait,
的
yeah,
男
this is a good
子
point.
都要
Wait.
受割礼。这就是
Oh my
我与
god!
你
Sketch just posted a screenshot of one of the comments that said, "This is how I found out I wear my headset backwards." I do too.
你们都要受割礼，这是我与你们立约的
Oh
证
my
据。
god!
你们世世代代的男子
Wait, fuck,
无论
hold on.
是家里生的
No way.
是在你后裔之外用银子从外人买的。
Wow, that's actually a great test if you need to figure out which leg is the left ear and which is the right ear. No way!
都必须受割
I
礼。
put that thing in
这样，
Sniverse.
我的约就立在你
I
们
was
肉
listening
体
to it
上，做永
backwards.
远的约。
The chord side. I didn't know that that was a thing. I thought that it was just random. They just put the chord wherever they wanted
背
it
了
to.
我的约，
How long have you been doing
神
this?
又对亚伯拉
I
罕
just put it
说
on. Just put it on. Like, I don't even care.
不可
I
再
just
叫
put it
撒
on. Maybe
来
that's why the
他
chord's
的
all
名
super fucked
要叫
up.
撒拉，我必赐福给他，也要使
I
你
gotta
从
put. This is actually crazy. It's like mind numbing me. I want to find more peak, but I cannot. I have to find more videos for a proper watch, like a react stream. Monk My Little Pony? What would you even like study? Get out of here. I think the power of friendship. Oh yeah, that's true. My Little Pony friendship monk. What would I even say? Monk meditation. My My Little Pony meditation. Pony guided meditation. Wait, they have pony guided meditation from BronyCon 2026. This could be like massive cringe warning. Wait. I'm scared.
Yeah, oh, thank goodness.
There's like
you
10
guys are
people
awesome.
here.
Thank you,
They
random
wanna- they
citizen.
wanna
I love
seek-
you too. Okay, so we're gonna
Wait,
we're
how
gonna get
long
started.
is this
We're just
panel?
rolling
This is a long ass panel.
base, but you also try to stretch your head forward as you're leaning forward and back a little more as you're back. You want to not only twist the neck, but also to stretch it.
This is kind of scary.
Okay, so we are now nice and relaxed. Make sure that you find your perfect seated position in your chair. Give a little shuffle, little butt scoot, whatever you got to do to get that perfectly relaxing, comfortable place.
Okay, get perfectly comfortable, chat. Relax.
Some people like to cross their legs. Some
Yeah,
people
yeah.
like to sprawl
Adjust.
out along the seat against them, next to them. Whatever you need to do to get
Was that like space music? What was
So-
that?
So,
What if
for
we're
those
being
of
like
you that aren't
abducted
too
right now?
familiar
Like this is
with,
just like a
how meditation
distraction.
works, is we are going to soon lower ourselves, our conscious minds, into a state of trance, which is actually the same thing as when we go under light hypnosis, where we will become lightly more acceptant.
I don't think meditation is supposed to be like hypnosis.
This way we can broaden our imaginations, and you can more easily accept the guidance that I will provide you to help fuel your imagination to enjoy the journey wherever it is that you're going to go.
It depends?
going
What
to
do you mean
begin
it depends? Some meditation
guys
can be
get
hypnotic?
deeper
I guess I don't
deeper
know.
into your trance.
You can feel
more and
yourself
more
becoming
relaxed.
more submissive.
With every number, starting with 10.
10.
You can feel the relaxation in your toes, in your feet.
I kind of hoped it
Like
said
a-
it was pony guided
warm
meditation. I kind of hoped like
water
Twilight Sparkle
filling
would say
you
this
up
to me or
from
something.
the inside, slowly trickling up to
What?
your ankles.
Oh, I've heard this
That
technique
warm,
before.
Sometimes pleasant, fuzzy feeling continues to flow. 9. Up your ankles,
The longest
your
10
shins.
seconds of my life.
up to your knees.
Feel yourself
You can
galloping
feel
through the wind. Can
that
I
with
like speed
this
it up?
Soft, warm relaxation, that you just become more and more relaxed, and the worries and sorrows of the day begin melting away. 8. Up past your knees, comfortably up your thighs, all the way up to your hips. 7. The comfort continues to
This
flow.
just makes me think that I need to do this sometime at a con. I need to do Snuffy guided meditation and just darken the room and scare everyone.
State of trance. Feel the warm water filling you up your stomach. 5. Soon it comes up to your chest, slowly filling up to your shoulders.
I'm filling up. Ooh, I'm filling up with all the
Continues filling
liquid.
down from your
Ooh.
shoulders,
I'm
down your
so
arms,
full of all this karmic balance. Oh,
down your
oh my
forearm,
chakras.
all
Oh,
the way down into your fingers.
oh my fingers. They're filling.
You can feel that warmth coming up your neck,
Oh.
feeling your breathing relax as you get into a deeper and deeper state of relaxation. 2. The warmth
I don't know. The instructions are unclear.
up to your nose, continues going past your eyes,
My eyes.
all the way up to your crown,
My crown.
Third eye.
I'm crowning with liquid.
all the way up to the top of your head, completely filling you with comfort and relaxation.
Oh, I'm so filled with comfort.
You are now in a complete state of relaxation, in a nice deep trance, where even if you wanted to move, if it weren't for an emergency reason, you think you might not be able to, thus confirming the trance, keeping you nice and relaxed. Now, while you are at the base of this trance, you will take a moment to reflect upon how relaxed and how calm you are.
I'm so
Remember,
calm.
from now on, if you ever need a moment to relax, to calm down, that you can always take a few moments, close your eyes, and return to this place.
Where do the
Every time that you
ponies
return to
come
this
in?
place, it gets easier every time you try.
What about the friendship?
It has been said that a half hour's worth of meditation provides many benefits, including counting as if you had slept for almost twice that time. Now, I want you all to visualize a safe place. Mayhaps a forest glen, mayhaps your bedroom, maybe the home of a loved one.
What are these
Or your basement where all your video
noises?
games lie. This place is comforting and reassuring to you because you know that it is safe.
This is actually getting kind of scary.
Soon, you will see that this place has a door in a strange place that has never been there before. With a bit of curiosity, you decide
Oh
to
my
investigate.
god, is it the door to Equestria?
Unafraid of what might be on the other side, as this is your very safe place, you open the door, and on the other side you will notice that there is nothingness. Except far off in the distance you see what can only seem to be some sort of window. A stained glass window. Each bit of the glass contains a picture.
Is this what the back rooms was like?
Looking upon these pictures, you will soon recognize these as the various elements of harmony that will help you on your passage to the world you go to. As you see the elements, they fill with light, and they glimmer, and they shine. And soon, they will project forth a rainbow between the mirror so far off, all the way to the door that lies in front of your feet.
I'm meditating, I'm astral projecting into Equestria right now. Are you guys there with me?
Of the rainbow.
Oh my god. I think I see you guys over there.
Anger, various bits of anger
I
inside
clop
of you,
over
whatever
to
reason,
you.
beginning to flow and leaving you happier and more relaxed.
I feel like we're just playing like a tabletop game.
Next, the orange. You feel whatever longing and whatever need, unnecessary need or greed even, fade from you, knowing that what you have.
Wait, can I? Okay, wait. My Little Pony meditation is. I feel like I need to tell you guys something funny. You probably have been on the internet long enough to know that clop is basically the word fap for like brony terms. And I think they're trying to make it so that's not the case anymore, but it's sort of like really jarring. Like, in the first I've heard of it, you've never heard of clopping before? Oh my god. Wow, Ryan. I think I have a medal here somewhere for you. It's actually quite impressive. Okay. But yeah, so they're taking it back, which I think is kind of horrible, but also maybe wise. Because in the new series, Gen 6 thing that we talked about, the new one that's coming out, they showed like voices of the new characters and they keep using it as like an adjective. Like, I don't know, like, oh my god, she's, what the clop? I don't know. Forget what the context was, but they say that now. They're just like, how the clop are ya? Like, it's like sentence enhancers, and I think that's just really scary. What is Little Miss Rarity? I don't know what that is.
Zone. Next is yellow. As you walk across it, you can feel your worries.
I wanna, they're using it like the fucking Smurfs. What's that mean?
Next off is green.
Smurf-based linguistic. Oh, like they say like, oh, how the Smurf are ya or something.
Untouched in the future colors, begin walking away, because time is meaningless here in this world. You will enjoy.
It's grimdark? Oh shit.
Next you will come across.
Don't look up My Little Pony Clop. Don't do it.
You are going to meet friends.
Don't Google it.
New friends even.
Do not look into Little Miss Rarity. Oh my god. Chad, do not look up My Little Pony Clopping or Little Miss Rarity. Please don't type either of those things into your computer.
Magical force that makes you feel safer, more protected.
Just listen to the meditation. Listen to the meditation.
A single step between you and the glass window pane that you are now standing before. You look at it now and you'll see that this window is immense, several stories tall. You gaze in awe at the sparkling, shifting colors of the elements before you. And after spending quite a bit of time regaling in their essence and their beauty, what they stand for, what they mean to you, before you.
Can I
open the
meet
window,
Twilight
a door
Sparkle?
appears, and through, on the other side of this door, you can see the rolling hills, lush with grass, that lead you to the familiar place, the home of the main six. You see Tony there before you, and in your excitement, you know where you want to go. You open this door, and as you step through, you feel that magic that has joined you, that presence. You feel that wash over you once again. And as you look down, curious as to what has happened, you can see that you're different. What are you? Who are you? Do you have hooves? Do you have talons? What color are you? Do you have fur?
We just turned into ponies, guys.
Feathers? Do you wear clothing? Is
No.
clothing just a fancy and interesting option? Do you have wings? Mayhaps a horn? Maybe neither. Maybe both. Soon, when you have finished
I love the space music that's playing in the background.
New Ladies Works, you will find that it comes to you naturally. Upon command, your horn glows and shimmers, and the grass moves about at your will, or your wings snap open and take you off into the air for a few moments.
Wait, I'm gonna actually... Okay, wait, You need to use the pony model? I was just thinking about that today. I don't know why, I don't know, I've been on a pony kick. I miss My Little Pony. I want to get another pony model. I'm gonna listen to the pony guided meditation when I sleep tonight or something. Is this meditation gonna create the Pinkie Pie tulpa that screams at you constantly? I know, I was hoping it would be a little bit more cursed. I guess it was sort of just like an immersive experience though. I think what would have been crazy if what if the lights unexpectedly turned back on and somebody was just jerking off in the crowd the whole time? Nobody would have known. You could just do that. Okay, I'm gonna take a quick be right back, and then when I come back we can do setting up for the ASMR. We can read book 2, Warrior Cats. So hopefully you guys wanna listen about some cats. We'll probably talk about what happened and go through it again, and I don't know. I'm nervous. I'm really nervous. I hope you guys are excited. General, thank you so much for the 45 months. I'm really nervous to read. I don't know. I'm sorry if I'm really bad at reading. Okay, I'll be right back. I wish people made Warrior Cat songs. Can we make a Warrior Cats version of the Odyssey? And I don't mean the movie, The Odyssey. I mean what was the the musical? Was it just called The Odyssey, the musical or something? The Epic, the musical. But what if it was Warrior Cats? Somebody should do that. Oh my god. Oh my god, there's a playlist called Warrior Cats Ambient Reading Playlist. Wait, that's actually so goated. Are you kidding me? I've never seen this before in my life. It starts with fucking Skyrim music. I was hoping it would be sound effects, but it's like video game music, I guess. Like Oblivion. I read this. Heard any news from the Imperial City? Wait, why can't I hear it? Oh. Watch the skies. Okay, I'll be right back, you guys. There's a dinosaur version of Epic? Oh, fuck! So where's the cats? Okay, I gotta go pee. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm back. To make sure I had water, but I still might have to get some more in a bit. Maybe I'll make some tea later. If you guys ever have any recommendations on how to do like ASMR streams and stuff, I'd always appreciate it because I still, oops, wrong thing. I still wanna be better at it, so. Yeah, we can finally use the book now. Okay, let me make sure everything is muted. No text to speech or anything. Other than... Well, I hope not. Hold on. Let me see if I can disable text-to-speech entirely for now. So we can have the cat meows. Oh, yeah, you're right. Vivi would be good for that. Vivi mostly does, like, recorded content. I don't know if she does live streams. Well, hello, Potato. Are you here to give us some background sound effects? Yeah? Hi, baby. Hi, buddy. Hi, sweetums. Okay, he's scratching. Back to having that be silent. Okay. Potato's here. He wants to hear us read. Meow. He's a bit nervous. Okay. Can we meow again? I think so. Let me hold on. Let me turn them back on. Let me go back to the Twitch redeems and turn them back on. Testing the meow for you guys. Was that a good audio? Do you guys think that's kind of like quiet enough? Yeah, they're expensive. I want you guys to use them not that much. I don't know, maybe... I don't know. You guys always joke about how you want things to spend them on. I'll lower it, I'll lower it. I'll lower them. I still want them to be used not too often. If you guys can try and make it a reoccurring thing to just use it mostly when we hear them say meow in the game or book, the game. Wife is just a big fucking game. Just put a big cooldown. I don't know, because sometimes I do think it's funny when they like meow multiple times. But we could do like a big cooldown for it or something. But what if that says they meow twice? What if they meow more than one time? A per person limit. I think that's possible. Per person. Per person per stream? How much will some person meow in one stream? Maybe 10 times? Okay, you have 10 meows of each kind, I guess. I don't know. We're gonna... I'm gonna test the waters with 10 meows per stream. Okay. Is writing and reading better than ASMR? I guess reading counts since we're reading. And I don't really know how to do ASMR. I feel like ASMR is actually only for the title if I'm like licking your ears or some shit. Okay. So before we get started, right at the ending, What had just happened, you guys? Fire Paw became Fire Heart, and Gray Paw became Gray Stripe because they helped get the kittens back from Shadow Clan, I think. And they helped, what's her name? Yellow Fang, get the recognition she needed, I think. Yeah, they don't have paws anymore. They're no longer apprentices, they're warriors. And I don't know if they have been given apprentices themselves yet, or maybe they're still like warriors in training. Fireheart was talking to Blue Star, and Ravenpaw was on the farm and presumed dead. Oh yeah, he tried to tell Blue Star about Tiger Claw, and Blue Star was like, Tiger Claw? I love that guy. So that sucks. Yeah, so I feel like that's where we left off. I don't remember what else we got into. We went to Shadow Clan, we got whose kittens? Is like Frostfur's kittens or something? I don't know. My girlfriend and I are about to start Dawn Trail, and she's absolutely in love with Wooklamont. I love Wooklamont. Oh my god, what would Wooklamot's warrior cat name be? Dawn Paw, because she's in training before. As Dawn Trail starts, her name would be Taco Heart. Sun Heart. Oh, I think it would be Dawn because she's a Dawn servant in Dawn Trail. Okay. Oh yeah, no moon. I'll add the moon for you guys too because it doesn't really make any noise, and that can be your little stem toy. There he is. And now I can play with a few things. It'd be cool. Maybe I can ask Lug sometime if he can like make it so you guys can throw the rocks at the fucking guys. Oh yeah. What was her name? The medicine cat died, and when Yellowfang got her name cleared, she became the new ThunderClan medicine cat as well. Do not throw rocks at Firepaw! Spotted Leaf. Yeah, Spotted Leaf died. She was killed. And now Yellowfang is the new... So we have Blue Star as the leader, Tiger Claw is the deputy, the medicine cat is Yellowfang. Our warriors are Whitestorm, who is apprenticing Sandpaw, Darkstripe, who is in cohorts with Tiger Claw. Their apprentice is Dustpaw, Longtail, whose apprentice is Swiftpaw, Running Wind, Willowpelt, Mousefur, Fireheart, who it says they have apprentices, but I don't really remember that. Did they get apprentices, or is it spoiling this for me? Do you guys remember? Yeah, I don't think they got them yet. They literally just became warriors, I swear. Okay, yeah, it's fucking spoiling. It's giving me like a little like a library of like everyone's titles for the book and stuff, so. And we got the awesome map. Let me see if I can pull that up for you guys too, so you can see the map really quick. Get invested. Hold on. They have interactive maps? No, they don't. I'm surprised there's not like a high-res scan of this. What if we can throw bricks? What do you mean? At the cats? That's not allowed. Oh my god. Okay, you know what? This is a fruitless effort because because Warrior Cats is that one fandom where a quote-unquote map to them is a motion animated something something project. So if you type in Warrior Cats map, it's just like, oh my god, okay, here is Imagine Dragons with Firepaw. Just like, no, no, no. Like the literal map, the literal, okay. Okay, yeah. So, yeah. But there is a map if you guys want to look it up. There's like a cute map. But this one is so detailed. Maybe I can show you guys sometime on like camera. Maybe I can do like a hand cam at the same time as I read the book. Okay. Let me see if we can get some ASMR. Okay. Actually, let me change the title too. Okay. It's been a minute since I've done this. Oh, actually, wait, I wanna... Sorry, I keep doing stuff. I wanna change my model to be a little darker. That's the wrong effect. Not that. Sorry. Okay, this is kind of nice. Okay. Prologue. Oh my gosh. I'm so nervous. Wait, I'm gonna take a nervous gulp of water. And I have my therapeutic honey mustard sauce next to me if I need to take a lick to calm my nerves. Okay. Potatoes somewhere. Yeah, old road trick. It's like drinking like pickle juice. Orange flames lapped at the cold air, throwing sparks up into the night sky. The firelight flickered across a wasteland of ragged grass, making silhouettes of the two-leggeds huddled there. Sorry, I might be rusty. A pair of white lights appeared in the distance, heralding the approach of a monster. It roared past on the thunder path that rose high into the sky, filling the air with sour fumes. At the edge of the wasteland, a cat moved, its eyes glinting in the shadows. Pointed ears twitched, then flattened against the noise. More cats followed one by one, onto the filthy grass. They carried their tails low and sniffed the bitter air with their lips curled. "What if the two legs see us?" hissed one of the cats. A large Tom answered, his eyes like amber discs reflecting the firelight. "They won't. Their night sight is weak." As he padded forward, the flames lit up the black and white fur on his powerful shoulders. He held his long tail straight up, sending a message of courage to his clan. But the other cats crouched low against the grass, trembling. This was a strange place. The noise of the monsters battered their sensitive ear fur. Oh no, this word again. Acrid? Is that what it is? Acrid? Yep, okay, thank you. And the acrid stench stung their nostrils. Tallstar? A gray queen flicked her tail uneasily. Why have we come here? The black and white Tom turned to the she-cat. We've been driven from every place we've tried to settle Ashfoot. Perhaps we can find some peace here, he meowed. Peace? Here? Ashfoot echoed in disbelief. She pulled her kit toward her and sheltered it beneath her belly. With fire? And monsters? My kits won't be safe. But we weren't safe at home, meowed another voice. A black Tom pushed his way forward, limping heavily on the twisted paw. He held Tallstar's amber gaze. We couldn't protect them from Shadow Clan, he spat. Not even in our own camp. Anxious yowls rose from some of the cats as they remembered the terrible battle that had driven them from their home in the uplands at the edge of the forest. A young apprentice wailed. Broken Star and his warriors may still be hunting us. The cry alerted one of the two legs around the fire. It stood unsteadily and stared toward the shadows. At once, the cats fell silent, crouching lower even. Tallstar lowered his tail. The two-leg shouted into the darkness and flung something toward them. The missile flew over their heads and exploded in a burst of thorn-sharp pieces on the thunder path behind. Ashfoot flinched as a shard grazed her shoulder, but she stayed silent, curling her body around her terrified kit. Keep down, hissed Tallstar. The two-leg at the fire spat on the ground, then sat back down. I think they're, if you guys can imagine it, they're basically under a highway, I think. And this is probably some homeless guy throwing bottles at them. The cats waited for a few moments before Tallstar stood once more. Ashfoot stood too, wincing at the new pain in her shoulder. Tallstar, I fear for our safety here. And what will we eat? I can't smell any prey. Tallstar stretched his neck and rested his muzzle gently on the queen's head. I know you're hungry, he meowed, but we'll be safer here than in the back, in our old territory, or in the two-leg fields and woods. Look at this place. Even Shadow Clan wouldn't follow us here. There's no scent of dogs, and these two-legs can hardly stand. He turned to the black Tom with the twisted paw. Deadfoot, he ordered. Take one whisker and see if you can find anything to eat. If there are two legs, there must be rats. Rats, spat Ashfoot, as Deadfoot and a smaller brown tabby bounded away. That's no better than crow food. Hush, hissed a tortoiseshell beside her. Rat meat is better than starving to death. Ashfoot scowled and dipped her head to lick her kit behind its matted ears. We must find a new place to settle Ashfoot, the tortoiseshell went on more gently. Morning Flower needs to rest and eat. Her kits will be born soon. She needs to be strong. The lean shapes of Deadfoot and One Whisker emerged from the shadows. You were right, Tallstar, called Deadfoot. There are rat scents everywhere, and I think I've found somewhere we can shelter. Show us, Tallstar ordered, gathering the rest of his clan with a flick of his tail. Cautiously, the cats padded across the wasteland after Deadfoot. He led them toward the raised thunder path, the firelight making their shadows loom against its huge stone legs. A monster roared overhead, and the ground shook. But even the tiniest kit sensed the need for silence and trembled without crying out. Here, meowed Deadfoot, stopping beside a round hole. 2 cats high. A black tunnel sloped down into the ground. A constant stream of water trickled into it. The water's fresh, Deadfoot added. We'll be able to drink it. And we'll have wet paws day and night, Ashfoot complained. I've been inside, the Black Tom told her. There's some space away from the stream. At least we'll be safe from the two-legs and monsters. Tallstar stepped forward and lifted his chin. WindClan has traveled for long enough, he declared. It's nearly a moon since ShadowClan drove us from our home. The weather is turning colder, and Leaf Bear will be here soon. We have no choice but to stay. Ashfoot narrowed her eyes but said nothing. Silently, she joined her clan as one by one they filed into the shadowy tunnel. End of the prologue. Ah, yeah, so that was one of the mysteries in the last book, is I think they had talked about it that WindClan had gone missing. So we gotta figure out what happened to WindClan. Yeah, they're actually here. But where is here? It sounds like they're in the dang streets of Philadelphia. I really like their leader, Tallstar. He's cool. I will say I don't know how long I can go today. I'm actually what do I say? I'm mulling over a pretty grave lip wound. I chomped my lip the other day really hard and it turned into a sore, so it's a little hard to articulate, so I'm sorry. I'm trying to like do it in a way where it won't bother it, but why'd you do that? I was hungry. I was really hungry. Flesh is good. Okay. Now officially, we shall start. Chapter 1. Fireheart shivered. His flame-colored fur was still greenleaf light. It would be a few moons before it was thick enough to keep out cold like this. He shuffled his forepaws on the hard earth. The sky was finally growing light as dawn crept slowly in. But even though his paws were cold, Fireheart could not suppress a glow of pride. After many moons as an apprentice, he was a warrior at last. In his mind, he replayed yesterday's victory at ShadowClan camp. Broken Star's glittering eyes as the ShadowClan leader backed away, hissing threats before fleeing into the trees after his traitorous companions. The remaining ShadowClan cats had been grateful to ThunderClan for helping them to get rid of their cruel leader, and for the peace ThunderClan had promised them while they recovered. Broken Star had not just brought chaos to his own clan, he had driven the whole of WindClan from their camp right out of clan territory. He had been a dark shadow in the forest since Fireheart had left his kitty pet life to join ThunderClan. But for Fireheart, there was another shadow troubling his mind. Tiger Claw, ThunderClan's deputy. Fireheart shivered again as he thought of the great ThunderClan warrior who had terrorized his apprentice, Ravenpaw. In the end, Fireheart and his best friend, Graystripe, had helped the frightened apprentice to escape into the Two-Leg territory beyond the uplands. Afterward, Fireheart had told the clan that Ravenpaw had been killed by ShadowClan. If what Ravenpaw said about Tigerclaw was true, it was best if the ThunderClan deputy believed his apprentice had died, for he knew a secret Tigerclaw would do anything to conceal. Firepaw had told Fireheart Sorry, I got that confused. Ravenpaw had told Fireheart that the mighty Tabby warrior had murdered Redtail, the old ThunderClan deputy, in the hope that he would become the new deputy, which, eventually, he had. Fireheart shook his head to clear it of these thoughts, and turned to glance at Graystripe sitting beside him. Graystripe's thick gray fur was ruffled up against the cold. Fireheart guessed he was looking forward to the first rays of sunshine too, but he didn't say this out loud. Clan tradition demanded silence on this night. This was their vigil, the night when a new warrior guarded the clan and reflected on his new name and status. Until last night, Fireheart had been known by his apprentice name of Firepaw. Halftail was one of the first cats to wake. Fireheart could see the old cat moving around the shadows in the Elder's den. He glanced toward the warrior's den at the other side of the clearing. Through the branches that sheltered the den, he recognized the broad shoulders of Tigerclaw as he slept. At the foot of High Rock, the lichen that draped the entrance, or is it lichen? The lichen? I feel like we go through this all the time. Which way is it? The lichen or the lichen? Lichen? Dang it, I like lichen more. The lichen that draped the entrance, or lichen? Okay, yeah. The lichen that draped the entrance to Blue Star's den twitched, and Fireheart saw his clan leader push her way out. She stopped and lifted her head to sniff the air. Then she padded silently out of High Rock's shadow, her long fur glowing blue-gray in the dawn light. I must warn her about Tigerclaw, thought Fireheart. Blue Star had mourned Redtail's death with the rest of the clan, believing him to have been killed in a battle by Oakheart, the deputy of RiverClan. Fireheart had hesitated before, knowing how important Tigerclaw was to her, but the danger was too great. Blue Star needed to know that her clan was harboring a cold-blooded murderer. Tigerclaw emerged from the warrior's den and met Blue Star at the edge of the clearing. He murmured something to her, his tail flicking urgently. Fireheart stifled his instinctive meow of greeting. The sky was growing light, but until he knew for sure that the sun was above the horizon, he dared not break his silence. Impatience fluttered in his chest like a trapped bird. He must speak with Blue Star as soon as he could, but for now, all he could do was nod respectfully at the two cats as they passed him. Beside him, Graystripe nudged Fireheart and pointed upward with his nose. An orange glow was just visible on the horizon. Glad to see the dawn, you two. Whitestorm's deep meow took Fireheart by surprise. He had not noticed the white warrior approaching. Fireheart and Graystripe nodded together. It's all right. You may speak now. Your vigil is over. Whitestorm's voice was kind. Yesterday, he had fought side by side with Fireheart and Graystripe in the battle with ShadowClan. There was a new respect in his eyes as he looked at them. Thank you, Whitestorm, Fireheart meowed gratefully. He stood and stretched his stiff legs one at a time. Graystripe pushed himself up too. Brrr, he meowed, shaking the chill from his fur. I thought the sun would never come up. A scornful voice meowed from the outside of the apprentice's den. The great warrior speaks. It was Sandpaw. Her pale orange coat fluffled up with hostility. Dustpaw was sitting beside her. With his dark tabby pelt, he looked like Sandpaw's shadow. He puffed out his chest importantly and mocked. I'm surprised such heroes even feel the cold. Sandpaw purred with amusement. White Storm shot them a stern look. Go and find something to eat and then rest, he ordered Fireheart and Graystripe. The older warrior turned away and padded toward the apprentices' den. Come on, you two. He meowed to Sandpaw and Dustpaw. It's time for your training. I hope he has them chasing blue squirrels all day, Graystripe hissed to Fireheart as they headed toward the corner where a few pieces of fresh kill remained from last night. But there aren't any blue squirrels, Fireheart mewed in confusion. Precisely? Graystripe's amber eyes gleamed. You can't exactly blame them. They did begin their training before us, Fireheart pointed out mildly. If they'd fought in the battle yesterday, they'd probably have been made warriors too. I suppose, Graystripe shrugged. Hey, look! They reached the fresh kill pile. 1 mouse each and a chaffinch to share. The two friends picked up their meal and looked at each other. Graystripe's eyes suddenly sparkled with delight. I suppose we take it to the warriors' side of camp now, he meowed. I suppose we do, Fireheart purred, padding after his friend to the patch of nettles where they had often watched White Storm. Now what? Asked Graystripe, gulping down his last mouthful. I don't know about you, but I think I could sleep for half a moon. Me too, Fireheart agreed. The two friends got to their paws and made their way toward the warrior's den. Fireheart stuck his head through the low-hanging branches. Mousefur and Longtail were still asleep on the other side of the den. He pushed his way inside and found a patch of moss at the edge. The smell told him it wasn't a sleeping place already used by another warrior. Graystripe settled down beside him. They're so cute, I love them. They're such brothers. Fireheart listened as Graystripe's steady breaths relaxed into long, muffled snores. Fireheart felt equally exhausted, but he was still desperate to talk to Bluestar. From where he lay, his head flat to the earth, he could just see the camp entrance. He stared at it, waiting for his leader's return, but gradually, his eyes began to close, and he gave in to his longing for sleep. Fireheart could hear a roaring around him, like wind in tall trees. The acrid stench of the thunderpath stung his nostrils, together with a new smell, sharper and more terrifying. Fire! Flames lapped at the black sky, throwing glowing cinders up into a starless night. To Fireheart's amazement, silhouettes of cats flitted in front of the fire. Why hadn't they run away? One of them stopped and looked straight at Fireheart. The Tom's night eyes glinted in the darkness, and he lifted his long, straight tail, as if in greeting. Fireheart trembled as a memory burst into his mind of the words that Spotted Leaf, the former ThunderClan medicine cat, had said to him before her untimely death. Fire will save the clan. Could it be something to do with the strange cats that showed fire with no fear? I'm gonna take a little sippy. Okay. Fireheart, wake up! Fireheart flicked up his head, startled out of his dream by Tiger Claw's growl. You were mewing in your sleep. Still dazed, Fireheart sat up and shook his head. Yes, Tiger Claw. With a pang of alarm, he wondered if he had repeated Spotted Leaf's words out loud. He had dreamed like this before, dreams so vivid that he could taste them, and which had later came true. Fireheart certainly did not want Tiger Claw to suspect him of having powers that usually StarClan only gave to a medicine cat. Moonlight shone through the leafy den wall. Fireheart realized he must have slept through the whole day. You and Graystripe will join the evening patrol, Tiger Claw told him. Hurry up! The dark tabby turned and stalked out of the den. Fireheart let the fur relax on his shoulders. Clearly, Tiger Claw didn't suspect anything unusual about his dream. But while Fireheart's secret was safe, he was equally determined to expose the murderous truth about Tiger Claw's role in Redtail's death. Fireheart licked his lips. Graystripe lay beside him, washing his flank. They had just finished sharing a meal beside the camp clearing. The sun had set and Fireheart could see past the moon. Almost full glow now, gleaming in a cold, clear sky. The past few days had been busy. It seemed that every time they lay down for a rest, Tiger Claw sent them out on a patrol or a hunting mission. Fireheart had stayed alert, looking for a chance to talk with Bluestar alone. But when he wasn't on one of Tiger Claw's missions, the ThunderClan leader always seemed to have her deputy at her side. Fireheart began to wash his paw, his eyes flicking around the camp, searching hopefully for Bluestar. What are you looking for? Meowed Graystripe through a tongue full of fur. Bluestar, Fireheart answered, lowering his paw. Why? Graystripe stopped washing and looked up at his friend. You've had one eye on her ever since our vigil. What are you planning to do? I have to tell her where Ravenpaw is and warn her about Tiger Claw, Fireheart meowed. You promised Ravenpaw you'd tell them he was dead. Graystripe sounded amazed. I only promised to tell Tiger Claw he was dead. Bluestar should know the whole story. She needs to know what her deputy is capable of. Graystripe lowered his voice to an urgent hiss. But we only have Ravenpaw's word that Tiger Claw killed Redtail. Don't you believe him? Fireheart couldn't help feeling shocked by his friend's doubts. Look, if Tiger Claw lied about killing Oakard in the revenge for Redtail's death, that means Redtail must have killed Oakard himself. And I can't believe that Redtail would have deliberately killed another clan deputy in battle. It goes against the warrior code. We fight to prove our strength and defend our territory, not to kill each other. But I'm not trying to make accusations against Redtail, Fireheart protested. It's Tiger Claw who is the problem. Redtail had been the ThunderClan deputy before Tiger Claw. Fireheart had never met him, but he knew Redtail had been deeply respected by all the clan. Graystripe didn't meet Fireheart's gaze. What you are saying has implications for Redtail's honor, and none of the other cats have a problem with Tiger Claw. It was only Ravenpaw who was scared of him. An uneasy shiver ran down Fireheart's spine. So you think Ravenpaw made this story up because he didn't get along with his mentor? He meowed scornfully. No, mumbled Graystripe. I just think we should be careful. Fireheart looked into his friend's worried eyes and began to wonder. He supposed Graystripe did have a point. They had been warriors for only a few days, so they were in no position to start hurling accusations at the clan's most senior warrior. It's okay, Fireheart meowed at last. You can stay out of it. A twinge of regret flicked in his belly as Graystripe nodded and returned to washing. Fireheart believed that Graystripe was wrong to think that it was only Ravenpaw who had a problem with Tigerclaw. Fireheart's own instincts told him that the ThunderClan deputy should not be trusted. He had to share his suspicions with Bluestar, for her safety and the safety of the clan. A glimpse of gray fur on the other side of the clearing told Fireheart that Bluestar had emerged from her den, alone. He scrambled to his paws, but the ThunderClan leader leaped straight up onto the high rock and called to the clan. Fireheart lashed his tail impatiently. Graystripe's ears flicked excitedly as he heard Bluestar's call. A naming ceremony? He meowed. It must be Longtail getting his first apprentice. He's been dropping hints for days. He bounded over to join the cats gathering at the edge of the clearing, and, still itching with frustration, Fireheart followed. A small black and white kit padded into the clearing. His soft paws made no sound on the hard earth. He walked toward the high rock with his pale eyes lowered, and Fireheart almost expected to see him tremble. There was something in the slope of this kid's shoulders that made him seem way too young. Longtail won't be impressed, Fireheart thought, remembering Longtail's scorn when Fireheart had arrived at the camp for the first time. The warrior had taunted him viciously on his first day with the clan, mocking his kitty pet origins. Fireheart had disliked him ever since. From this day forward, Bluestar meowed, staring down at the kit. Until he has earned his warrior name, this apprentice will be called Swiftpaw. There was no flash of determination in the eyes of the black and white kit as he looked up at his leader. Instead, his amber eyes were wide with anxiety. Fireheart turned his head as Longtail padded toward his new apprentice. Bluestar spoke again. Longtail, you were Darkstripe's apprentice. He taught you well, and you have become a fierce and loyal warrior. I hope you will pass some of these qualities on to Swiftpaw. Fireheart searched Longtail's face for an expression of disdain as he looked down at Swiftpaw, but the warrior's eyes softened as he met his new apprentice's gaze, and gently, the two clan cats touched noses. It's okay. You're doing fine, Longtail murmured encouragingly. Yeah, right, Fireheart thought bitterly, just because he's clan-born. Longtail sure didn't welcome me like that. He glanced around the rest of the clan and felt a pang of resentment as the cats began to murmur congratulations to the new apprentice. What's up with you? Whispered Graystripe. That'll be us one day. Fireheart nodded, suddenly cheered by the thought of getting his own apprentice, and pushed away his resentment. He was part of ThunderClan now, and surely that was all that mattered? Sip, sip. The next night brought the full moon. Fireheart knew he would be looking forward to his first gathering as a warrior, but he was still determined to find a chance to tell Bluestar everything he knew about Tigerclaw, and the thought of it lay like a cold stone in his stomach. Have you got maggot gut or something? Meowed Graystripe beside him. You're pulling some very weird faces. Fireheart looked at his friend, wishing he could confide in him, but he'd promised to leave Graystripe out of it. I'm fine, he meowed. Come on. I hear Bluestar calling. The two cats trotted over to the group assembling in the clearing. Bluestar dipped her head to acknowledge their arrival. Then she turned and led the cats out of the camp. Fireheart paused while the other cats scrambled past him up the step. This journey might give him just enough time to speak to Bluestar, and he wanted to gather his thoughts. Are you coming? Graystripe's voice called down. Yep. Firepaw flexed his powerful hind legs and began to leap from boulder to boulder, leaving the camp behind. At the top, he paused to catch his breath, his sides heaving. The forest stretched away before him. Beneath his paws, he could feel the crisp crackle of newly fallen leaves. Silver pelt glittered in the sky like morning dew scattered on black fur. Fireheart thought of his first journey to Four Trees with Tigerclaw and Lionheart. He felt a pang of sadness as he remembered Lionheart, Graystripe's mentor and ThunderClan's deputy between Redtail and Tigerclaw, had been warm-hearted, a golden warrior. He'd been killed in battle, and Tigerclaw had taken his place. On Fireheart's first visit to Four Trees, Lionheart had taken the apprentices on a roundabout route through tall pines, past Sunning Rocks, and along the RiverClan border. Tonight, Bluestar would lead them straight through the heart of ThunderClan territory. Fireheart could see her already disappearing into the undergrowth, and he charged after the party of cats. Bluestar was at the front, next to Tigerclaw. Fireheart ignored Graystripe's surprised meow and caught up with the clan leader. Bluestar, he called, panting as he drew up beside her. May I talk to you? Bluestar glanced at him and nodded. Take the lead, Tigerclaw, she meowed. She let her pace slow, and Tigerclaw bounded past her. The other cats followed the dark tabby without question as he raced on through the undergrowth. Bluestar and Fireheart dropped into a steady trot. Within a moment, they were alone. The path emerged from the thick ferns into the small clearing. Bluestar leaped onto a fallen tree and sat down, curling her tail over her front paws. What is it, Fireheart? She asked. Fireheart hesitated, suddenly struck by doubt. Bluestar was the cat who had encouraged him to leave his kitty pet life and join the clan. Since then, she had trusted him time and time again when the other cats had questioned his loyalty to a clan whose blood he didn't share. What would she say when Fireheart told her that he had lied about Ravenpaw? Potato. Hi. Hi, baby. Yes, he's here to help provide sound effects. I'll take this as another chance to try. Okay, I'm gonna let him do his little thing. He's like scratching his post, so just so that doesn't come over the mic too bad. Okay. Are you good, buddy? Hey, don't bite my cord. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Silly? You silly? You're so silly. Okay. Speak, Blue Star ordered as the paw steps of the other ThunderClan cats faded into the distance. Fireheart took a deep breath. Ravenpaw is not dead. Blue Star's tail twitched in surprise, but she listened silently as Fireheart continued. Graystripe and I took him to WindClan's hunting grounds. I think he may have joined Barley. Barley was a loner, not a forest cat, but not a kitty pet either. He lived on a two-leg farm that lay on the route to Highstones, a sacred place for all the cats in the forest. The ThunderClan leader stared past Fireheart into the depths of the forest. Fireheart searched her face anxiously, trying to read her expression. Was she angry? But he could see no anger in her wide blue eyes. After several long moments, Blue Star spoke. I am glad to hear that Ravenpaw is still alive. I hope he is happier living with Barley than he was in the forest. But he was born into ThunderClan. Fireheart stammered, taken aback by his leader's calm acceptance of Ravenpaw's departure. That doesn't necessarily mean he was suited to clan life, Blue Star pointed out. After all, you aren't clan-born. Yet you've become a fine warrior. Ravenpaw may find his true path elsewhere. But he didn't leave ThunderClan because he wanted to, Fireheart protested. It was impossible for him to stay. Impossible? Blue Star rested her gaze on him. What do you mean? Fireheart looked at the ground. Well, Blue Star prompted. Fireheart's mouth was dry. Ravenpaw knew a secret about Tigerclaw. He croaked. I think Tigerclaw was planning to kill him, or else turn the clan against him. Blue Star's tail flicked from side to side, and Fireheart saw her shoulders stiffen. Why would you think that? What was this secret that Ravenpaw knew? Fireheart answered reluctantly, meeting her stern expression as boldly as he dared. That Tigerclaw killed... Potato! What are you doing? Go away, I'm trying to do ASMR. That Tigerclaw killed Redtail in the battle with RiverClan. Redtail had been the ThunderClan deputy before Lionheart. Fireheart had never met him, but he knew Redtail had been deeply respected by all of the clan. Blue Star's eyes narrowed. A warrior would never kill another of this clan. Even you should know that. You've lived with us long enough. Fireheart recoiled at her words, flattening his ears. It was the second time tonight she'd referred to his kitty pet roots. Blue Star went on. Tigerclaw reported that it was RiverClan's deputy, Oakheart, who killed Redtail. She meowed. Ravenpaw must be mistaken. Did he actually see Tigerclaw kill Redtail? Fireheart nervously flicked his tail, stirring the leaves behind him. He said he did. And you know that by saying this, you are questioning Redtail's honor, because he must have been the cat that was responsible for Oakheart's death? One deputy would never kill another in battle, not if it could possibly be avoided. And Redtail was the most honorable warrior I have ever known. Blue Star's eyes clouded with pain, and Fireheart felt a pang of dismay that he should have hurt her memory of her former deputy, even if unintentionally. I cannot account for Redtail's actions, he murmured. I only know that Ravenpaw truly believes Tigerclaw was responsible for Redtail's death. Blue Star sighed and relaxed her shoulders. We all know that Ravenpaw has a vivid imagination. She meowed gently, her eyes sympathetic. He was badly injured in battle, and he left before the fighting was over. Can you be sure he didn't fill in the parts he'd missed? Before Fireheart could reply, a yowl echoed through the forest, and Tigerclaw bounded out of the undergrowth. His eyes flickered suspiciously over Fireheart for a moment before he addressed Bluestar. We're waiting for you at the border. Bluestar nodded. Tell them we'll be there in a moment. Tigerclaw dipped his head, turned, and raced back through the ferns. As Fireheart watched him disappear, Bluestar's words echoed in his mind. She was right. Ravenpaw did have a strong imagination. Fireheart remembered his first gathering, when apprentices from every clan had hung on Ravenpaw's words as he described the battle with RiverClan, and he hadn't mentioned Tigerclaw then. Fireheart jumped up as Bluestar stood. Are you going to bring Ravenpaw back to the clan? He asked, suddenly afraid he had caused even more trouble for his friend. Bluestar gazed deep into Fireheart's eyes. He is probably happier where he is, she meowed quietly. For now, we will let the clan carry on believing he is dead. Fireheart stared back at her, his eyes wide with shock. Bluestar was going to lie to the clan. Tigerclaw is a great warrior, but he is very proud, Bluestar went on. It'll be easier for him to accept that his apprentice died in battle rather than ran away, and it wouldn't be better for Ravenpaw, too. Because Tigerclaw might go looking for him? Fireheart dared to ask. Was it possible that Bluestar believed him? Even just a little bit? Bluestar shook her head with a flash of impatience. No, Tigerclaw might be ambitious, but he is not a murderer. Ravenpaw will be better remembered as a dead hero than a live coward. Tigerclaw's call sounded again, and Bluestar jumped down from the log and disappeared into the ferns. Fireheart cleared the tree in one leap and raced after his leader. He caught up with her at the edge of a stream. He watched while she crossed, jumping from stone to other side. Fireheart followed carefully, his mind whirling. The knowledge about Redtail's death had been resting heavily on his shoulders for days. Now he had finally told Bluestar, but nothing had changed. The clan leader clearly didn't think Tigerclaw was capable of cold-blooded murder. And worst of all, Fireheart himself had begun to doubt whether Ravenpaw had been telling the truth. He leaped onto the far bank and charged on through the undergrowth. Fireheart skidded to a halt behind Bluestar as they reached to the other side. The group had paused at the top of the slope that led down to the 4 trees. The giant oaks were full of clan cats from all the 4 clans of the forest, and they met in peace at each full moon. Fireheart's fur prickled as he felt Tigerclaw watching him. Did the Dark Warrior suspect that he had passed between him and Bluestar? Fireheart shook his head to clear his mind and tried to think like Bluestar. Of course Tigerclaw would be interested in what Fireheart had said to Bluestar. He was the clan deputy, so he would want to know anything that would affect the clan. Fireheart looked again at Tigerclaw. The dark tabby was staring down the slope, his ears pricked in alert. The cats around him shuffled their paws in anticipation. Tigerclaw glanced at each of them, silently rallying them with his steady amber gaze. Bluestar lifted her nose and sniffed in the air. Fireheart sensed a tightening of muscles and prickling of fur around him. Then Bluestar signaled with a flick of her tail. and the ThunderClan cats plunged down the slope toward the gathering. Okay. End of chapter 1. Put up the little 4 trees background now. Thanks, guys! I do think I have been doing better with my pronunciations. I really want to dip in my honey mustard. Thank you, Nave. I'm glad people enjoy it, honestly. It's really therapeutic for me, too. Thank you, guys. I'm glad everybody likes my little readings. Good night, Alex. Let me look really quick while I take like a little bit of a breather on the next few chapters. Oh my god, I forgot. I forgot this happens. Jeez, this book is filled with insane level drama. Okay. I remember. Maybe we can do up to chapter 4, maybe? We'll see. Maybe, I might go get some tea started really quick. I'll be right back. Sorry, I'm back. I had to feed the cats so they wouldn't start meowing on the stream again. And I also brewed some tea. And then I forgot that I actually bought... It's called Retro Sours. But it's supposed to look like Altoids. Should I try one of these before I start reading? I used to love Altoid Sours when I was a kid. I loved Altoids in general, so like... Do you think they'll taste the same? Let me try them. I haven't tried it yet. Mmm. Mmm. Ooh. Mmm. Mmm. Oh my gosh. Mmm. Mmm. Okay. Mmm. Yeah, actually they're quite delightful. Yeah, they don't really taste like Altoids, I think. I got the apple flavor. When did they invent sour? Yeah, what even is sour? It's like dusted with sour. But what does that even mean? Like Coke? It's acid? Wetting my throat with a little bit of acid before I keep reading. The acrid flavor of Altoid sour. I love acid. I say like I'm on a Chef Boyardee commercial. Okay, well. I got chamomile, lavender chamomile with honey. It's actually lavender honey as well, so I'm lav maxing. Okay. What do you mean, Ari? Do you just actually make sour food? I don't think I've had anything sour outside of, like, candy. Floral teas? I need to try more herbal teas. I feel like I'm really pushed off of herbal stuff. Like, actual fruit teas and things really freak me out. They're so strong. You made sour candy? That's actually really cool. I've never made homemade candy. I might try and make sour ice cream. Wait, that sounds impossible for your, like, for your senses. You're gonna be like, ooh, cold, 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 ooh, sour, sour, like, at the same time. I would just start, like, drooling. Like, I wouldn't be able to process it. I had a friend go on a keto diet a while back, so I made some keto-friendly candy. That's so nice of you. Aww. You would heave it. Yeah, my body would like reject it. Like I'm trying to eat literal like under this kitchen sink like drain cleaner. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I love like vinegar or like rice vinegar and stuff. Anything that uses that in cooking, I'm a huge fan. I love. But that's mostly because I have an like obsession with salty stuff rather than sour itself. But like a good cucumber salad with like vinegar, rice vinegar or something, I could drink that. I could seriously drink that. Okay, sorry. I'm just like waiting for this little candy to dissolve in my mouth. I should just swallow it. If I start choking, will you guys call somebody? Call meat if I start choking. Horseradish? I love horseradish. Isn't it good for your gut though? Okay, I'm gonna swallow it. Okay, I'm okay. Yeah, that was a little ASMR for your ASMR. Chapter 2. Blue Star halted on the edge of the clearing with her clan lined up beside her. Some of the cats from River Clan and Shadow Clan turned and acknowledged their arrival. "Where'd you disappear to?" Graystripe appeared at Fireheart's shoulder. Fireheart shook his head. Doesn't matter. He was still troubled and confused by his conversation with Blue Star, and felt glad when Graystripe didn't press him, turning his head instead to peer around the clearing. "Hey, look," he meowed. "The Shadow Clan cats are looking stronger than I thought they would. After all, Broken Star left them half-starved." Fireheart followed his gaze to a sleek Shadow Clan warrior. "You're right," he agreed, surprised. "Mind you, we did most of the fighting for them," scoffed Graystripe. Fireheart's amused purr was interrupted by Whitestorm. "The Shadow Clan cats fought as hard as we did to chase out Broken Star. We should honor their determination to recover." He meowed sternly before padding over to a group of warriors gathered beneath one of the great oaks. "Oops," meowed Graystripe with a guilty glance at Fireheart. The young warrior stayed on the edge of the clearing. Fireheart could easily pick out the apprentices from the other clans. Their fur looked kid-soft, their faces round, and their paws plump and clumsy. Two warriors approached Graystripe and Fireheart. A small brown apprentice tagged after them. Fireheart recognized the gray tabby from Shadow Clan, but not the smoky black Tom who walked with him. "Hi," meowed the gray Tom. "Hello, Wetfoot," replied Fireheart. He glanced at the dark brown cat. Wetfoot meowed. "This is Black Claw of River Clan." Graystripe and Fireheart nodded their greeting. The apprentice stepped timidly forward. "And this is my apprentice, Oakpaw," added Wetfoot. Oakpaw looked up at Fireheart with wide, anxious eyes. "Hi, Fireheart," he mewed. Fireheart nodded his head in greeting. "I hear Blue Star made you warriors after the battle," meowed Wetfoot. "Congratulations! It must have been a cold vigil." "It was," Graystripe agreed. "Who's that?" Fireheart broke in. A sleek she-cat with a mottled brown pelt had caught his attention. She was sharing words with Tigerclaw beside the great walk that stood in the center of the clearing. "That's Leopard Fur, our deputy," growled the River Clan warrior. I did not read that in a growl. Let me do that again. How do you say that? "Who's that?" And they're just like, just I'm instantly like, "You don't know? Oh, you don't know? That's Leopard Fur, our deputy." Maybe that's better. Yeah. Fireheart's fur stiffened as he thought about the previous River Clan deputy, Oakheart, and how he had died in battle with ThunderClan. He was saved from having to say anything by Blue Stars bounding onto the top of the rock to start the meeting. Two other cats joined her, and one of them, an elderly black Tom, sounded the call for all cats to gather beneath the rock. Fireheart recognized the black Tom and couldn't help feeling surprised. Had old Nightpelt become Shadow Clan's leader since Broken Star had fled? He had been felled, though, for real. Fled and felled. Oh my god, hi, Pona! Hi! Welcome to Relaxation Snatterday, where we be sippin' tea and readin' Peak. Actually, I'll go for another one. I have a lot. Okay. When the cats had settled in front of the great rock, Blue Star spoke. "ThunderClan brings to this gathering its new medicine cat, Yellowfang." she announced formally. She paused while all eyes turned to the old she-cat with the thick fur and flattened muzzle. Fireheart noticed her shuffle her haunches on the ground. Early in his apprenticeship, he had spent almost a whole moon nursing the she-cat back to health after she had come to the ThunderClan camp. Now he could tell by the way her right ear twisted slightly that she was uncomfortable under the gaze of the other clan. Yellowfang had been a medicine cat to ShadowClan, and cats hardly ever left one clan to join another. She looked around the crowd slowly until she met the gaze of Running Nose, ShadowClan's new medicine cat. There was a brief pause, then they exchanged a respectful nod. Yellowfang's ear straightened, and Fireheart relaxed. Bluestar spoke again. We also bring 2 newly named warriors, Fireheart and Graystripe. Fireheart held his head high, but as he felt all eyes turn to look at him, a surge of self-consciousness made his tail flick nervously. Nightpelt stepped forward, brushing past Bluestar to stand on the highest part of the rock. I, Nightpelt, have taken over the leadership of ShadowClan, he announced. Our former leader, Broken Star, broke the warrior code, and we were forced to chase him out. Oh my gosh, Desert Foe, thank you so much for the 20 gifted. That's super kind of you. I hope you're enjoying. Thank you so, oh my gosh, I almost spilled hot tea over myself. Thank you so much. Yes, an absolute Chad, thank you so much. I guess that wasn't muted, sorry. Thank you so much, I appreciate that. No mention of the fact that we helped him do it, Graystripe whispered to Fireheart. Nightpelt continued. The spirits of our ancestors have spoken to Running Nose and chosen me as leader. I have not yet traveled to the Mothermouth to receive StarClan's gift of 9 lives, but I will make this journey tomorrow night while the moon is still full. After my vigil at the Moonstone, I shall be known as Night Star. Oh, thank you, Desert. That's really kind of you. Sometimes I like to take a little break every now and then and chat people up too, though. I do appreciate it, though. Thank you so much. Okay. Yeah, Night Star is a cool name. Where is Broken Star now? Called a voice from the crowd. It was Frostfur, the White ThunderClan queen. That's the girl who had her kids taken by Broken Star. I think we can assume that he has left the forest with the other banished warriors. He knows it would be too dangerous for him to try and return, answered Nightpelt. I hope so, Fireheart heard Frostfur murmur to her neighbor, a plump brown queen. RiverClan's leader, Crooked Star, stepped forward. Let's hope Broken Star had a sense to leave the forest for good. His greed for territory threatened us all. Crooked Star waited for the yowls of agreement to die down before he went on. While Broken Star was ShadowClan's leader, I allowed him to hunt in our river. But now ShadowClan has a new leader, and this agreement can no longer stand. The prey in our river belongs to RiverClan alone. Mews of triumph rose from the other RiverClan cats, but Firehouse saw, with a feeling of alarm, that Nightpelt was bristling. Nightpelt raised his voice. ShadowClan has the same needs as it did under Broken Star. We have many mouths to feed, Crooked Star. You made an agreement with the whole of Shadow Clan. Crooked Star leaped to his paws and turned on Nightpelt. He flattened his ears and hissed, and the cats below fell silent. Quickly, Blue Star stepped between the two leaders. Shadow Clan has suffered many losses recently, she meowed. With fewer mouths to feed, Nightpelt, do you really need River Clan's fish? Crooked Star hissed again, but Nightpelt held his gaze without flinching. Blue Star spoke again, this time more forcefully. You have just driven out your leader and several of your strongest warriors, and Broken Star went against the warrior code when he forced Crooked Star to agree to share the river. Fireheart slowly, uneasily swallowed as he noticed Nightpelt unsheath his claws. But Blue Star didn't blink. Her icy blue gaze glinted in the moonlight as she growled, Remember, you have not even received your 9 lives from StarClan. Are you so confident that you can make these demands? Fireheart tensed as he felt the bristling of fur around him. The whole crowd was waiting for Nightpelt's response. Nightpelt looked away angrily, his tail flicked from side to side, but he said nothing. Blue Star had won. Her voice softened. We all know Shadow Clan has suffered much with these past few moons, she meowed. Thunder Clan has agreed to leave you in peace until you have had time to recover. She turned her gaze on Crooked Star. I'm sure that Crooked Star will agree to show you the same respect. Crooked Star narrowed his eyes and nodded. But only as long as Shadow Clan is not scented in our territory, he growled. Fireheart relaxed, letting the fur lie flat on his shoulders. Now that he knew what it was like to fight in a real battle, he admired his leader's courage even more in challenging these two great warriors. Muffled mews of relief and agreement sounded in the crowd as the tension on the great rock suddenly eased. You won't scent us, Crooked Star, meowed Nightpelt. Blue Star was right. We don't need your fish. After all, we have the uplands to hunt in now that Wind Clan has left its territory. Crooked Star looked at Nightpelt, his eyes brightening. That's true, he agreed. This will mean extra prey for us all. Blue Star drew up her head sharply. No! Wind Clan must return. Crooked Star and Nightpelt looked at the Thunder Clan leader. Why? Asked Crooked Star. If we share Wind Clan's hunting grounds, it will mean more food for all our kids, Nightpelt pointed out. The forest needs 4 clans, Blue Star insisted. Just as we have 4 trees and 4 seasons, StarClan has given us 4 clans. We must find Wind Clan as soon as possible and bring them home. The Thunder Clan cats raised their voices in support of their leader, but Crooked Star's impatient yowl rose above them. Your argument is weak, Blue Star. We really need 4 seasons? Wouldn't you rather go without Leaf Bear and the cold and hunger that it brings? Blue Star looked calmly at the warriors beside her. StarClan gave us Leaf Bear to let the earth recover and prepare for New Leaf. This forest and the uplands have supported 4 clans for generations. It is not up to us to challenge StarClan. Leopard Fur, the River Clan deputy, spoke up. Why should we go hunting for the sake of a clan that can't even defend its own territory? She yowled. Blue Star is right. WindClan must return. Tiger Claw spat back, drawing himself up so that he towered above the cats around him. Blue Star spoke again. Crooked Star, she meowed, turning to the RiverClan leader. RiverClan's hunting grounds are known for their richness. You have the river and all the fish it contains. Why do you need extra prey? Crooked Star looked away and didn't answer. Fireheart noticed how RiverClan murmured anxiously among themselves. He wondered why Blue Star's question had ruffled their fur. And Nightpelt, Blue Star went on, it was Broken Star who drove WindClan from its home. The broad-shouldered she-cat paused. That is why ThunderClan helped you to chase him out. Oh my gosh, thank you guys so much for the raid! Welcome, raiders! Welcome, welcome! We are reading Warrior Cats! It's so nice to see you. Yeah, we're reading, this is book 2. We're reading Warrior Cats Fire and Ice. We just started. It's okay. Yeah, it's okay. It wasn't like a quiet stream earlier, but we have kind of toned down for the night to do some reading. But you know, I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you, Luna. Welcome, Yeens. It's kind of like saying welcome in, but welcome in. Yeah, if you guys want to like stretch after the stream and cuddle up and relax, welcome. It's the perfect place to do it. I'm mostly just reading right now. Ignore my chat bot. He just says random things. Yeah, we also have meows for immersion. And I got some tea too. So thank you guys so much, Luna. Thank you. I've had a wonderful stream. Yeah, we're currently on chapter 2, I think. So this is the perfect end of the night. Oh, I'm so glad. I hope you had a wonderful stream. Thank you guys so much for choosing this your place to stop. Fireheart narrowed his eyes. He knew that Blue Star was gently reminding Nightpelt of the debt he owed to ThunderClan. The ShadowClan leader half closed his eyes. After a silence that felt like an age, Nightpelt opened his eyes wide and meowed. Very well, Blue Star. We will allow WindClan to return. Fireheart saw Crooked Star turn his head away in anger, his eyes black slits. Blue Star nodded. 2 of us have agreed, Crooked Star, she meowed. WindClan must be found and brought home. Until then, no clan should hunt in their territory. The gathering began to break up as the cats prepared to travel back to their camps. Fireheart stayed where he was for a moment, watching the leaders on the great rock. Blue Star touched noses with Crooked Star and jumped down to the forest floor. On the rock, Crooked Star turned to Nightpelt. There was something about the look that passed between them that made Fireheart's fur prickle. Could it be that Blue Star did not really have Nightpelt's support after all? Fireheart looked quickly around. He could tell from the anger in Tiger Claw's eyes that ThunderClan's deputy had not missed this exchange either. For once, Fireheart shared Tiger Claw's concern. This was a shift in clan alliances he had not expected. After the risk ThunderClan had taken by helping ShadowClan to drive out Broken Star, how could it side with RiverClan now? End of chapter 2. I feel really good to start chapter 3 too. Yeah, like an unexpected kind of rivalry here or disagreement. What do you guys think is going on? Do you think it's just like pandering, or do you think they actually are not agreeing with Blue Star. Yeah, everybody in this dang book be greedy as heck. Oh, thank you guys for the compliments. Yeah. This stream is really chill and I don't want to leave. Yeah, come down and sit with us. You might enjoy it. And if you ever miss a chapter or something, most of it will be posted on my YouTube too, so you guys can listen to it audiobook style. But yeah, I love to read. I love to read to my chat. It feels great to practice my voice. It's like stretching, I guess. Okay. Chapter 3. Blue Star led the way swiftly back to camp. The noise of their return awoke the cats who had remained behind. As the group streamed through the gorse entrance, sleepy figures began emerging from the dens. "What's the news?" called Halftail. "Was Shadow Clan there?" asked Willowpelt. "Yes, it was," Blue Star replied gravely. She strode past Willowpelt and leaped up into the high rock. There was no need for her customary call for a clan meeting. The cats were already gathered below the rock. Tigerclaw jumped up beside her. "There was much tension between the clans tonight," Blue Star began, "and I became aware of a possible new allegiance between Crooked Star and Nightpelt." Graystripe squeezed into the small space next to Fireheart. "What are they talking about?" he asked. "I thought Nightpelt agreed with Blue Star." "Nightpelt?" croaked One-Eye's ancient voice from the back of the crowd. "He's been named as Shadow Clan's new leader," Blue Star explained. "But his name, hasn't he been accepted by Star Clan yet?" asked One-Eye. "He plans to travel to the Moonstone tomorrow night," Blue Star told him. "No leader can speak for their clan at a gathering without receiving Star Clan's approval first," muttered One-Eye, loudly enough for all the cats to hear. "He has the support of Shadow Clan, One-Eye," answered Blue Star, nodding at the old she-cat. "We cannot ignore what he said tonight." One-Eye gave a disgruntled sniff, and Blue Star lifted her head to address the whole clan. "At the gathering, I suggest we find WindClan and bring it home. But Crooked Star and Nightpelt don't want them to return." "They're hardly likely to join forces, though, are they?" called Graystripe. "They almost had a scrap over hunting rights in the river." Fireheart turned to his friend. "Didn't you see the looks they were swapping by the end of the meeting? They're both desperate to get their paws on WindClan territory." "But why?" asked Sandpaw, who was sitting beside her mentor, Whitestorm. Whitestorm answered her. "I suspect Shadow Clan is not as weak as we thought it would be, and Nightpelt seems to have more ambition than any cat expected." "But why does RiverClan want to hunt in WindClan's grounds?" "They have always grown fat on the fish from their precious river," yowled Willowpelt. "The uplands are a long way to go for wind-blown rabbits." The once beautiful queen, Dappletail, spoke in a voice cracked with age. "At the gathering, some of the RiverClan elders spoke of Two Legs taking over part of their river." "That's right," added Frostfur. "They say Two Legs have been living in shelters beside the river, disturbing the fish. The RiverClan cats have had to hide in the bushes and watch them with empty stomachs." Blue Star looked thoughtful. "For now, we must be careful to do nothing that may bring Shadow Clan and RiverClan closer together. Go rest now. Running Wind and Dustpaw, you will take the dawn patrol." A cold breeze rattled the dying leaves in the trees overhead. The cats, still murmuring amongst themselves, went to their dens. For the second night in a row, Fireheart dreamed. He was standing in the dark. The roar and stench of a thunder path was very close by. Fireheart felt himself buffeted and blinded by the monsters that roared up and down with glaring eyes. Suddenly, through the din, Fireheart heard the pitiful cry of a young cat. The desperate wail sliced through the thundering of the monsters. Fireheart awoke with a start. For a moment he thought that the cry had woken him, but the only noise was muffled snores of warriors sleeping beside him. A growl came from somewhere near the middle of the den. It sounded like Tiger Claw. Fireheart felt too unsettled to go back to sleep, so he crept silently out of the den. It was dark outside, and the stars dotting the black sky told him dawn was still far off. With the wail of the young cat echoing in his mind, Fireheart padded over to the nursery. His ears pricked. He could hear paw steps behind the camp wall. He sniffed the air. It was just Darkstripe and Longtail. Fireheart picked up their scents as they guarded ThunderClan's territory. The calm of the sleeping camp soothed Fireheart. Every cat must have nightmares about the Thunder Path, he told himself. He crept back into the den and circled comfortably back into his nest. Graystripe purred briefly in his sleep as Fireheart settled beside him and closed his eyes. Oh. Graystripe purrs when Fireheart sleeps next to him. That's so cute. I do have a Snuffy cat though too. Wait, hold on. I don't really know how to incorporate it, but I can show you guys my Snuffy cat. I wonder where I put it. Oh, here it is. Here's me if I was a cat. I'll put it over here. Where did I? Oh, here we go. Oh, let me move my tea. Okay. Graystripe's nose woke him, prodding his side. Leave me alone, Fireheart grumbled. Wake up, Graystripe hissed. Why? We're not on patrol, Fireheart complained. Blue Star wants to see us in her den now. Fuzzy-headed, Fireheart scrambled to his paws and followed Graystripe out of the den. The sun was beginning to turn the sky pink, and there was frost on the trees around the camp. The two cats bounded across the clearing to Blue Star's den and announced their arrival with hushed mews. Enter. It was Tiger Claw's voice that answered from behind the draped lichen. Alarm swept through Fireheart as he remembered his conversation with Blue Star on the way to the gathering. Had she told Tiger Claw about his accusations? Graystripe pushed away into Blue Star's den. Fireheart followed him uneasily. Blue Star was sitting in her nest, her head up and her eyes bright. Tiger Claw stood in the middle of the smooth sandstone floor. Fireheart tried to read his expression, but the great tabby's eyes were as cold and as steady as always. Blue Star began at once. Fireheart, Graystripe, I have an important mission for you. A mission? Fireheart echoed. Relief and excitement swept away his anxiety. "I want you to find Wind Clan and bring it back to its territory," announced Bluestar. "Before you get too excited, bear in mind that this could be very dangerous," Tigerclaw growled. "We don't know where Wind Clan has gone, so you will have to follow what is left of their scent, probably into hostile territory." "But you've been through Wind Clan territory when you traveled with me to the Moonstone," Bluestar pointed out. "Their scent will be familiar, as will the two-leg territory beyond the uplands." "Will it just be us?" asked Fireheart. "Our other warriors are needed here," meowed Tigerclaw. "Leaf Bear is coming, and we need to gather as much fresh kill as possible. Many prey poor moons lie ahead." "Tigerclaw will help you prepare for the journey." Fireheart's paws prickled with unease. Bluestar had as much faith in her deputy as ever. Why was Fireheart the only cat in ThunderClan who didn't trust Tigerclaw? I love looking at my chat and seeing Skibby say something so vile that it just makes my mouth, like, just drop. Huh? Yeah, Fireheart is like tinfoil hatting. "You must leave as soon as possible," Bluestar continued. "Good luck." "We'll find him," Graystripe promised. Dragging his thoughts back to the journey ahead, Fireheart nodded. Tigerclaw followed them out of Bluestar's den. "Do you remember how to get to Wind Clan territory?" "Oh yeah, Tigerclaw, we were there only—" Fireheart interrupted Graystripe's eager reply. "Only a few moons ago," he meowed quickly. He flashed a warning glare at his friend, Graystripe, and had almost given him away their journey several nights earlier with Ravenpaw. Tigerclaw hesitated. Fireheart held his breath. Had he noticed Graystripe's mistake? And can you recall Wind Clan's scent?" the deputy meowed. Fireheart sent a silent thanks to StarClan. The young warriors nodded, and Fireheart began to picture himself charging through the prickly gorse of the uplands in search of the lost clan. "You will need herbs for strength to keep your hunger away. Fetch them from Yellowfang before you leave." Tigerclaw paused. "And don't forget that Nightpelt is planning to travel to the Moonstone tonight. Keep well out of his way." "Yes, Tigerclaw," replied Fireheart. "He'll never know we're out here," Gravestripe assured him. "As I would expect," meowed Tigerclaw. "Now go!" Without another word, he turned and bounded away. "He might as well have wished us good luck," Graystripe complained. "He probably thinks we don't need it," joked Fireheart as they crossed the clearing toward Yellowfang's den. But at the same time, he reflected. Tigerclaw seemed to be treating them with as much respect as he would any warrior. Was it possible that he wasn't the traitor that Ravenpaw thought? It was still cold, despite the rising sun, but neither cat shivered. Fireheart could feel his fur beginning to thicken as the days grew shorter. Yellowfang's den lay at the end of the tunnel under ferns. A large split rock stood in the corner of a small shaded glade. Spotted Leaf had lived here before Yellowfang. The memory of a gentle tortoiseshell medicine cat tugged at Fireheart's heart. Spotted Leaf had been killed by a Shadow Clan warrior. He missed her desperately. "Yellowfang!" Graystripe called, We've come for traveling herbs. The two cats heard a hoarse meow from the shadow in the center of the rock, and Yellowfang squeezed out of the crack. Where are you going? She asked. We've got to find WindClan and bring it home, Fireheart told her, unable to hide the pride in his voice. Your first warrior mission, rasped Yellowfang. Congratulations! I'll fetch the herbs you will need. She returned a few moments later carrying a small bundle of dried leaves in her mouth. Enjoy, she purred, laying them on the ground. Fireheart and Graystripe chewed obediently on the unappetizing leaves. Yuck, spat Graystripe. Just as bad as the last time? Fireheart nodded, screwing up his face. Spotted Leaf had given them the same herbs when they journeyed with Bluestar to the Moonstone. Graystripe swallowed the last mouthful and nudged Fireheart's shoulder with his nose. Come on, Slow Slug, let's get going. Bye, he called to Yellowfang over his shoulder as he sprinted out of the glade. Wait for me, meowed Fireheart, chasing after his friend. Goodbye. Good luck, youngsters, Yellowfang meowed after them. As he raced through the tunnel, Fireheart heard the ferns rustling in the morning breeze. They seemed to be whispering, Good luck, travel safely. End of chapter 3. Wow, 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 wow. We're going on another journey, it seems. We're gonna go find WindClan. And I think we might know just where they are. Let me see how long chapter 4 is, and I might read this one too. It's like 5 pages. Yeah, my lip is doing okay. I brushed my teeth against it accidentally, which kind of made me want to die, but I just tanked it. Okay, chapter 4. As they headed out of the camp, the two young warriors nearly crashed into Whitestorm, who was leading Sandpaw and Running Wind into the forest for the dawn patrol. Sorry, panted Fireheart. He stopped and Graystripe skidded to a halt beside him. Oh, I guess I'll... There we go. Whitestorm dipped his head. I hear you two are going on a mission, he meowed. Yes, Fireheart replied. Then may you have StarClan's protection, meowed Whitestorm gravely. What for? Sandpaw sneered. You're off to catch voles. Running Wind, a lean tabby, turned and whispered something into Sandpaw's ear. Her expression changed, and the contempt in her green eyes switched to guarded curiosity. The patrol stepped aside to let Fireheart and Graystripe pass. The pair raced on and scrambled up the side of the ravine. Fireheart and Graystripe shared a few words as they followed the long route through the forest to the 4 trees, saving their breath for the long journey ahead. They paused at the steep slope on the far side of the oak-shaded clearing, their sides heaving from the climb. Is it always windy up here? Rumbled Graystripe, fluffing out his thick fur against the blast of cold air that swept across the uplands. I suppose there aren't any trees to block it, Fireheart pointed out, screwing up his eyes. This was WindClan's territory. As Fireheart sniffed the air, he detected a scent that all of his senses told him should not be there. Do you smell RiverClan warriors? He murmured uneasily. Graystripe lifted his nose. No. Do you think there might be some here? Maybe. They may want to make the most of WindClan's absence, especially since they know WindClan will be back soon, Fireheart warned. Well, I can't smell anything now, whispered Graystripe. The two friends padded watchfully along a frozen turf trail sheltered by heather. A fresh scent stopped Fireheart in his tracks. Can you smell that? He hissed to Graystripe. Yes, whispered Graystripe, flattening himself against the ground. RiverClan. Fireheart dropped into a crouch, keeping his ears below the heather. Beside him, Graystripe lifted his dark gray head to peer over the bushes. I can see them, he murmured. They're hunting. Fireheart stretched up incautiously to look. 4 RiverClan warriors were chasing a rabbit through a patch of gorse. Fireheart recognized Blackclaw from the gathering. The smoky black warrior pounced, his claws unsheathed, but sat up again with nothing to show for the chase. The rabbit must have made it safe to the safety of her warren. Fireheart and Graystripe dropped down again and pressed their bellies on the cold turf. They're not good rabbit hunters, Graystripe hissed scornfully. I guess RiverClan is more used to catching fish, Fireheart whispered back. His nose twitched as he smelled the scent of terrified rabbit coming nearer. With a pang of dread, Fireheart heard the paw steps of RiverClan warriors fast approaching after it. They're coming this way! We'll have to hide! Follow me, whispered Graystripe. I smell badgers this way. Badgers? Fireheart echoed. Is that safe? He'd heard the story of how Halftail had lost his tail in a fight with a bad-tempered old badger. Don't worry, the scent is strong but stale, Graystripe reassured him. There must be an old set near here. Fireheart sniffed. His scent glands picked up a strong, almost fox-like scent. Are you sure it's abandoned? We'll know soon enough. Come on, we've got to get out of here, replied Graystripe. He led the way quickly through the low bushes. The rustle of heather told Fireheart that the RiverClan warriors were closing in. Here, Graystripe shouldered aside a tuft of heather to reveal a sandy hole in the ground. Get inside! The badger scent will disguise ours. We can wait till they're gone. Fireheart slipped speedily into the dark hole, and Graystripe followed him. The stench of badger was overwhelming. Paw steps thudded on the ground overhead. Both cats held their breath as the steps halted, and one of the RiverClan warriors yelled, Badger set! From the rasping meow, Fireheart knew it was Blackclaw. A second voice answered. Is it abandoned? The rabbit may be hiding inside. Fireheart felt Graystripe's fur bristling beside him in the dark. He unsheathed his claws and stared at the entrance to the hole, ready to fight if the warriors came inside. Wait! The scent leads this way, meowed Blackclaw. There was a scrabble of paws overhead as the RiverClan warriors charged away. Graystripe slowly let out his breath. Do you think they're gone? Perhaps we should wait a bit longer. Make sure none of them stayed behind, Fireheart suggested. No more noises came from outside. Graystripe nudged Fireheart. Come on, he meowed. Fireheart followed Graystripe cautiously out into the daylight, but there was no sign of RiverClan patrol. The fresh breeze cleared Fireheart's scent glands of the badger stench. We should look for the WindClan camp, he meowed to Graystripe. It'll be the best place to pick up their scent. Okay, answered Graystripe. They moved slowly through the heather, keeping their mouths slightly open to pick up the scent of any more RiverClan warriors. They stopped at the foot of a large flat rock that sloped up deeply, past the tops of the gorse bushes. "I'll climb up here and have a look around," offered Graystripe. "My pelt will blend better with the stone." "Okay," Fireheart agreed, "but keep your head down." He watched his friend creep up the rock. Graystripe crouched at the top and gazed around the plateau, then skidded back down to Fireheart. "There's a hollow over there, I think," Graystripe puffed, signaling with his tail. "I can see a gap in the heather." "Let's check it out," meowed Fireheart. "It could be the camp." "That's what I thought," Graystripe nodded. "It's probably the only place up here that's sheltered from the wind." As they neared the hollow, Fireheart raced past Graystripe and gazed over the edge. It looked as if StarClan warriors had reached down from the sky and scooped a pawful of peat from the plateau and replaced it with a thick tangle of gorse that grew almost to the level of the ground on either side. Fireheart sniffed. He could smell many scents, all WindClan, old and young, male and female, and, in the background, the faint odor of fresh kill that had long since become crow food. This had to be the abandoned camp. Fireheart bounded down the slope and plunged into the bushes. The gorse tugged at his fur and scratched his nose, making his eyes water. He could hear Graystripe behind him, cursing as thorns snagged his ear. They pushed through into a sheltering clearing. The sandy ground had been trodden hard by generations of paws. At one end of the clearing stood a rock, worn smooth by many wind-blown moons. "This is their camp, all right," Fireheart murmured. "I can't believe Broken Star managed to drive WindClan out of such a well-protected place," meowed Graystripe, rubbing his sore nose with one paw. "It looks like they put up a good fight," Fireheart pointed out, realizing with a jolt how badly ravaged the camp was. Clumps of fur littered on the ground, and dried blood stained the sand. Mossy nests had been dragged out of the dens and torn apart. And everywhere, stale ShadowClan scents mingled with the smell of terrified WindClan cats. Fireheart shuddered. "Let's find the scent trail out of here," he meowed. He began to sniff the air carefully and moved forward, following the strongest scent. Graystripe padded after him to narrow the gap in the gorse. "WindClan cats must be even smaller than I remember," grumbled Graystripe as he squeezed through after Fireheart. Fireheart glanced at his friend, amused for a moment. The scent trail was quite clear now, definitely WindClan, but mixed and pungent, as if made by many frightened cats. Fireheart looked down. Drops of dried blood dotted the ground. "We're headed in the right way," he meowed darkly. The 2 moons of rain and wind had failed to wash away signs of suffering. Fireheart could clearly picture the defeated and injured clan running from its home. With a surge of anger, he bounded after his friend. The trail led them to the far edge of the uplands, where they stopped to catch their breath. In front of the ground sloped away to the 2-legged farmland. Far in the distance, where the sun was beginning to set, loomed the towering shape of high stones. "I wonder if Nightpelt is there yet," Fireheart murmured. In a tunnel below High Stones lay the sacred Moonstone, where the leaders of each clan shared dreams with StarClan. "Well, we don't want to find him down there." Graystripe flicked his tail at the wide expanse of the 2-leg land. "It'll be hard enough dodging 2-legs, rats, and dogs without meeting the new ShadowClan leader as well." Fireheart nodded. He thought back to their last journey across this land, with Bluestar and Tigerclaw. They had almost been killed by an attack of rats, and only the arrival of Barley, the loner, had saved them. Even so, Blue Star had lost one of her lives. The memory of it still stung Fireheart like a wood ant. Do you think we'll find any trace of Ravenpaw down there? Graystripe meowed, turning his broad face toward Fireheart. I hope so, Fireheart replied solemnly. The last he had seen of Ravenpaw had been the white tip of his tail disappearing into the storm of the uplands. Had the ThunderClan apprentice made it safely to Barley's territory? The two warriors started down the slope, carefully sniffing each clump of I'm like fumbling, I'm so sorry. Each clump of grass to make sure they stayed on the WindClan trail. I think that's a sign I need a sip of water. Okay. Thank you, AK. I try and do it perfect, but that's never a thing, huh? Perfect isn't easy. Okay. Let me reread that last one. The two warriors started down the slope, carefully sniffing each clump of grass to make sure they stayed on the WindClan trail. It doesn't look as if they were heading for Highstones, Graystripe remarked. The trail took them sideways into a wide grassy field. They skirted the edge, staying near the hedgerow as WindClan had done. The scent led them out of the field and onto a two-leg path through a small copse of trees. Look, Graystripe meowed. Sun-bleached piles of prey bones lay scattered on the undergrowth. Mossy bedding had been gathered beneath the thickest patches of brambles. WindClan must have tried to settle here, Fireheart meowed in surprise. I wonder what made them leave, asked Graystripe, sniffing the air. The scent is old. Fireheart shrugged and the two cats followed the trail onward to a thick hedge. With a bit of a struggle, they wriggled through onto a grassy verge. Beyond a narrow ditch lay a wide earth track. Graystripe leaped nimbly over the ditch and onto the hardened track. Fireheart looked around, stiffened as he recognized a hard-edged silhouette in the distance. Graystripe, stop! He hissed. What's up? Fireheart pointed with his nose. Look at that two-leg place over there. We must be near Barley's territory. Graystripe's ears twitched nervously. That's where those dogs live. But WindClan definitely came this way. We'll have to hurry. We need to get past the two-leg nest before sunset. Fireheart remembered Barley telling them that the two-legs let the dogs loose at night, and the sun was already sinking toward the craggy tops of the Highstones. He nodded. Perhaps the dogs chased WindClan out of the woods. With an anxious twinge, he thought of Ravenpaw. Do you think he found Barley? He asked. Who, Ravenpaw? Why not? We made it this far, meowed Graystripe. Don't underestimate him. Remember the time Tigerclaw sent him to go to the Snake Rocks? He came back with an adder. Fireheart purred at the memory as Graystripe leaped across the track and through the hedge on the far side. Fireheart chased after him, quickening his pace to match his friend step for step. A dog barked furiously from the two-legged nest, but its vicious snarling soon faded into the distance. The temperature plunged as the sun set, and the frost began to form on the grass. Should we keep going? Asked Graystripe. What if the trail takes us to Highstones after all? Nightpelt will definitely be there by now. Fireheart lifted his nose and sniffed the browning fronds of some ferns. The smell of WindClan, sour with fear, pricked at him. "We'd better keep going," he meowed. "We'll stop when we have to." The cold breeze carried another odor to Fireheart's nose. There was a thunder path nearby. Graystripe screwed up his face. He'd smelled it too. The warriors exchanged a look of dismay, but pushed on. The stench grew stronger and stronger until they could hear the roar of the Thunderpath monsters in the distance. By the time they reached the hedge that ran alongside the wide gray path, it was hard to make out the WindClan trail at all. Graystripe stopped and looked around, uncertainty showing in his eyes, but Fireheart could just make out the fear scent. He crept through the shadows beside the hedge until he reached a place where the hedge was less thick. They sheltered here, Fireheart meowed, imagining the terrified WindClan cats staring through the hedge at the Thunderpath. This was probably the first time most of them had seen the Thunderpath, Graystripe remarked as he joined Fireheart by the hedge. Fireheart looked at his friend in surprise. He had never met a WindClan cat. They had been driven out of their territory almost as soon as he became an apprentice. "Didn't they patrol their borders?" he asked, puzzled. "You've seen their territory. It's pretty wild and barren, and the prey's not easy to catch. I guess they never thought of any other clan cats would bother hunting there. After all, RiverClan has their river, and in a good year, our forests are filled with prey, so no cats need their skinny rabbits." A monster roared past on the other side of the hedge, its night eyes glaring. Fireheart and Graystripe flinched as the wind buffeted their fur, even through the wall of leaves. The noise had faded away. They sat up cautiously and sniffed around the roots of the hedge. "The trail seems to lead under here." Fireheart squeezed onto the grass verge that lay along the Thunderpath. Graystripe scrabbled through behind him. But on the other side of the hedge, the scent trail stopped abruptly. They must have either doubled back or crossed the Thunderpath, Fireheart meowed. "You look around here, and I'll check out the other side." He fought to keep his voice calm, but exhaustion was making him desperate. Surely they couldn't have lost the trail now, after coming so far. The end of chapter 4. I feel like that's kind of a weird place to end. Like, nothing's going on other than, like, a road. Don't get hit by a car. That could be bad. I feel like we're getting close, though, to meeting the gang. Okay. I think I'll probably stop there. They're on their way to Pittsburgh. It's true. I think I'll stop at chapter 4. Right? That was chapter 4? Yeah. So the next chapter will be chapter 5. This one starts a little slow, but just let it set the mood, you know what I mean? I swear this one's gonna be filled with some good drama, and it'll just carry over into even the third book, so I'm excited. I hope you guys are enjoying it. I hope it was a nice little intro to the book 2. I feel like I'm gonna ask the artist who made these to make us maybe like a blue star. I feel like I want blue star and tiger claw maybe. And maybe a yellow fang. Oh man, I want them all. I want to collect them like Pokemon cards. Okay, well, I'm glad you guys enjoy the reading streams. They're very calming, and it's really nice to just kind of share them with you and, you know, get into the funny cat book with you guys. Thank you guys for the chilling and rating and donating and meowing for me. Can we play Warrior Cats Clan Gen sometime? Can we play Warrior Cats RP on Roblox? Can we have a community night where, like, I get to be the leader and you guys have to do what I say? Oh my gosh, yes, my clan! With all curators old enough to hunt their own prey, gather beneath the snuff rock. The Warrior Cat series is how I found you several months ago. Heck yes! That's based. I'm glad you share this interest too. It's Warrior Cat fans are green flags, and I'm happy to have people who are interested in the series here. Yeah, get your 10 meows out for the day. Okay, I'm gonna probably just end. I don't usually raid anybody after the ASMR streams because I just don't want you guys, if anybody, you know, tucked into bed and fell asleep, I don't want them to be like jump scared by something random. If you guys want to know what I'm doing next week, I'm taking tomorrow off and I will have a schedule posted hopefully by Monday. And yeah, hopefully we'll be doing some cool stuff. I think I have a sponsor, maybe a collab, and the regular stuff. And I don't know if I'll do them every Saturday, but I hope to schedule our next book reading by next week. So just tune in on the Discord or Twitter. And oh yeah, hopefully I can have my Instagram set up for you guys too, if any of you use Instagram. But yeah, so sponsor August 7th. How do you know that? How do you know my business, huh? Who's the leaker? Who knows my business? I blame Doki. I don't know what it is. I just blame... Oh, Doki confirmed it. I was gonna say... I'm surprised she's so ahead of herself. Doki's usually like... I don't... Like, depict her as like a crazy scientist type, you know? Like, her hair is messy and she's like... She's just got so much going on that it's crazy. She's like ahead of the game, I guess, you know? She's usually the leaker. Yeah, that's true. She is a super workaholic. She's crazy. I admire her. Okay, anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks for another awesome, cozy reading stream. And I will see you next week. I hope you have a good rest of your weekend. Have a good night.